at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? We've got Sanchez, Pogba and Fred. Marcus Rashford is like more than red. The greatest of English football. We've won it all. Always at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel? We've got Sanchez, Pogba and Fred. Marcus Rashford is like more than red. The greatest of English football. We've won it all. Always at the wheel. Tell me how good does it feel?
Hello, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Thank you very much for tuning in this evening. Brighton versus Manchester United in the English Premier League. Very, very excited indeed about this game this evening. Big opportunity for Man United to, close in on Chelsea, to reduce the gap, I think, to just 3 points with Leicester City. And also lay another marker down. It's been an excellent return for Ollie and his boys after lockdown. A brilliant run of 14 games. Of course, it spreads all the way back to January because of the 3-month gap in football because of CV19. But it's a really big and a really important, a very, very important night. And of course, Brighton had some good results since returning from lockdown as well. Neil Mopay obviously causing a stink with Liverpool fans and the like. So it's going to be an interesting night. It's a big night. If you didn't join us earlier on, big news in Manchester as well today. Leroy Sané and City have agreed terms with Bayern Munich. That deal is happening. Sané is no longer going to be a Manchester City player. So I'd love some reaction to that as well. But we're going to be here with you for the next few hours. Of course, doing live goal review and fan cams after the game as well. We'll be sharing those fan cams links to some people pretty soon as an example. But it's going to be a big night tonight. It's going to be an epic night. There's no doubt about it. I'm looking for a big, big performance from Manchester United as well. I'm expecting a big performance. I want a big performance. But I have faith. I have so much faith in this team now. And I'm so glad I've seen the light. I'm so glad that I've come out the other end of my anger and frustration towards Ollie. And really can see what's being built, the style of football that's there, and everything else that goes with that, I would say. Do me a big, big favour, though. Please hit the like and share button. It's really important to us as a channel that you get that done. It really, really is. Also, please sign up to Hot Mic. Use my promo code TFT to download Hot Mic right now. The best place for live watch-alongs. You can synchronise with your television, which is probably the best feature available when it comes to it. You get real stadium sound effects and everything else as well. So it is very, very good. So yes, from my point of view, get it downloaded. Come and follow the Football Terrace over there. It makes a big difference to us here at the channel. It really, really does indeed. There we go. There we go. That's my predicted lineup tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I've gone for it. I know a lot of people want to see Matic. I've got a feeling Scotty Mac might start. I'd be very disappointed in Ollie this evening if we didn't see the same front three that started and did so brilliantly well against Sheffield United just what feels like an eternity ago now, but not too long ago at all. I'd be a little bit gutted if they weren't in that mix. Luke Shaw's the only one I'm a bit iffy about. Maybe Bruno Fernandes, maybe starting on the bench potentially. But this is one of those games. It's a potential banana skin. We have to get it done. Bournemouth at home on Saturday is a much easier game if we're going to rotate players. And then away to Aston Villa next week, Thursday. Again, I think it's an easier game than Brighton. So if we are going to at any point kind of make these mass changes as we're looking to do, I think it would be better served doing it in some of the easier games. Brighton are a tough team to play. They're in decent form at the moment. They've been excellent since the return of the Premier League, as I say. So, yeah, from my point of view, I just want to see us get out there tonight, strongest team, get 3 points. Get 3 points, and then we move on from there. It's going to be imperative to us. It really is. Judah here says, come on, United. 122 John here says, Dan James will start, I'm hearing, instead of Mason. Disappointing, but Brighton do like to play football and press high up, so it does leave a lot of space in for Dan James. Yeah, listen, you're not going to see me kick off about the lineup. Whoever is starting and whoever isn't, you're not going to see me kick off. You're not going to see me get angry. You're not going to see me cry. You're not going to see me boo-hoo. You're not going to see me moan. I'm going to wait for the performance. I'm going to wait and see what actually happens out there on the field of play before we start getting our knickers into a little bit of a twist. You know, I think that's the sensible thing to do. But the great thing for Man United is all of our remaining games are winnable. I think tonight's the hardest game we have left in the Premier League this season. I truly think it is. So from my point of view, as I've said many, many times before, you got to take each game as it comes. But tonight, get 3 points, the toughest game left in our schedule, and then we go from there. Starting lineup is going to be announced in a matter of moments, so we'll bring that to you live as we always do. I'm just getting Man United's fixtures up as it stands right now as well. We'll get them up for you all. Just typing in a few things at the same time. But what's your score predictions tonight? Let me know what you're thinking and feeling. Too proud to admit mistakes. That's an interesting name. It says they slapped Arsenal and sent Leno to the cleaners. Yeah, but Man United are not Arsenal. We're a superior team to Arsenal. It's taken us a season to develop that. It's taken us time to get to the point we're at now. But if this Man United team in this form started the season and we kept Pogba fit and had Bruno, we wouldn't be where we are. But looking at United's fixtures, just want to go through these now. And we look at what is winnable here. Brighton tonight, very winnable, but tough. Bournemouth at home, we'll slap them. Villa away will beat them. Southampton at home will beat them. Palace away, tough. West Ham at home will beat them. And then we have Leicester away. Very, very tough, of course. But Leicester are falling off the edge. So maybe Leicester away, the final game, probably the toughest, to be fair. I kind of forgot about that. But in the build-up, it's there. But Brighton, Bournemouth, Villa, we should be winning our next 3 games, which means we'll come back after the Premier League. I said after drawing with Spurs, we need to win our next 4. We slapped Sheffield United. And now's an opportunity for us to really step up and do what it is that we're best at. And that's being Man United. That's winning the majority of these games. And there's barnstorming our way through the remainder of the season. It's absolutely imperative that we get that done. It really is. But as I just said and suggested, I want your score predictions. Let's start going through them now. Roy Keane, one of our moderators, says 1-1. Brighton are good defensively. They are. S-Pat says 2-1 to Brighton. I think Mupé will get a double. James LFC thinks it'll be 3-3 tonight, which is an interesting one. Mustafa here puts his team in. He said it'll be De Gea, Williams, Maguire, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Pogba, Matic, McTominay, James, Martial, Rashford. And do you know what? I'd be happy with that team. You won't see me cry, moan, or boo-hoo, or hiss at that team. I'll take it. I'll take it every single day of the week. I really, really would. It could be a few. If we hadn't have gone the full 90 minutes, the 420 minutes with at the weekend, you may see a few different players out there. Raul here says 3-1 for me, watching from Mauritius. Good luck. Thank you very much, my friend. 3-2, gut feeling is what for. Listen, I don't care what the score is as long as Man United win. I also see another little clean sheet, though. I do see another little clean sheet for Man United. I do see a nice little cheeky clean sheet. I really, really do. Starting lineup is out, ladies and gentlemen. And oh my God, what a team. There is only one change for me to make. And the only thing I got wrong this evening is Nemanja Matic starts. Scotty McTominay is on the bench. But it's as we have it on the screen. It is as we have it on the screen. That is a big statement being made there. I've got to move Matic over here a little bit. But it's David De Gea in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is then sitting there at left back. Right back. Luke Shaw finds himself in that left back position. You then have Lindelof and Maguire in the middle. Fernandes, Matic, Pogba in central midfield. Greenwood, Martial, Rashford up front. It's our strongest possible team. It's a massive team. And do you know what I love about it? Do you know what I really, really love about this? We're only 3 games in, but we're picking like regular teams. Man United have frustrated me for years now that we've picked teams, but every week there's 3 or 4 changes. Tonight, that's probably our strongest team on paper. There's no doubt about it. With, you know, Bay still have a lot to prove. Williams have a lot to develop. It's our strongest team on paper. The creativity, the silks, the skills, absolutely majestic. It's a wonderful, wonderful team. It really is. I'd love to gauge your thoughts and feelings on it right now. Come on, Greenwood is what Carl King says. See us getting 2 or 3 up and maybe conceding 1. Good team like the midfield in the attack. It's an excellent team. It really is. But I'd love to take your phone calls on this as well. You can call the show right now. The Skype details are inside the description below. So feel free to give us a little bit of a tinkle, a little bit of a buzz. We'd love to hear from you. We really, really would. But the team news is in. Pogba and Bruno start again. Big, bold moves tonight by Ollie. I need to tweet about this, though. I do need to tweet. 1 second. What am I going to write? I'm going to write it. Jason Conway, we're going to get on the show here. Jason, welcome to the show. What do you want to say, mate?
Yo, I just want to know what's your thoughts on the game today. You feeling confident?
Yeah, I feel confident. I think we've got what it takes to beat them. Yeah, so yeah, from my point of view, I've got no real concerns in that. I'm just tweeting out here that I think it's great to see Ollie picking regular teams at last at Man United, and I'm very excited to see Mason, Rashi, and Martial again up front. I'm literally saying to you what I've said before, but for me, we're picking familiarity now. The midfield is picking itself almost. The attacking lineup is now picking itself, and I don't think there can be I don't think a single Man United fan can moan. I literally don't think there is anything in this team to moan about or be worried about or concerned about. If we don't beat Brighton tonight, if we don't beat Bayern Munich, I just read something about Bayern Munich. If we don't beat Brighton tonight, then we have nobody but ourselves to blame, and we can't be looking to blame anybody else. It's an excellent team. And I'm really excited about it. So, what's your thoughts when you see that team?
Before I get into that, I've got to ask about Mason. Is Mason Greenwood, is he a striker or is he a right winger?
He's a striker. He's a striker by trade. He's learning, and developing. So he starts on the right hand side. But he is the majority of his career. He's been a central striker. He will be a number 9 in his career.
He's going to be number 9. Because I thought obviously with Sancho coming in, I thought he was going to be. I thought it was the right one because he always plays on the right every time I see him play. But yeah, on today's game, obviously I'm hoping Brighton win at least 3-0 from my point of view. Because
say that again.
I said I hope Brighton win 3-0. I don't think they're going to win 3-0, but obviously as an Arsenal fan, there's nothing else for me to nothing else to look forward to other than just seeing our rivals. Even though I've said this before, you're not really our rivals anymore because how far down we are on the table, but yeah, hopefully that Mopé guy can cause some damage. But I don't see it. I think Pogba and Bruno is going to pick them apart.
Yeah. But that's also, I was just tweeting there as well. I just wrote Bruno and then wrote Captain America and Pogba Thor will destroy Brighton in the middle tonight. And Matic will play a part as well, allowing them to go off and do it. And it's interesting, really, because when Matic was signed, he was signed as a player that was going to unlock Paul Pogba. I think the problem that we didn't have enough creativity around Paul Pogba at the same time. What we now have is that combination of the two, and I think it is working well, and I think it will continue to.
Yeah, another thing is obviously it takes a lot of attention off him. So if you bring in another player like him on his level or near his level in Bruno, like he's not going to get stuffed out of a game because then teams will have to focus not only on him but then on Bruno as well. So
Of course, and it's what's so difficult. I remember listening to Fergie did an interview after we lost. I want to say it was the second. It might have been the first. It was the second Champions League final to Barcelona, and it was like, well, basically somebody said to him along the lines of, why didn't you create an individual plan to take Messi out of the game? And he basically said, well, because if you do that, you've then got, and he just started naming the other players that are creative and dangerous. Xavi, Iniesta, you had David Villa as an example, and all other. So at the time, and it was a case of you can't do that, and that's what Man United are building towards now. The amount of times I've seen Pogba playing, he's man marked by a player or two. You now can't do that because it means you're going to have Bruno who's further three, and if you stick a couple of men on him, then Greenwood and Rashford and Martial are going to have more time and space. It becomes a very, it's why Liverpool are so potent. It's why Man City have been so successful. They just have an abundance of creativity, which enables all of their creative stars to go out there and shine. As an example, where United tried having one sort of, basically we had one shine, that sort of crown jewel, but he was amongst a lot of, dull rocks. He stood out in that group, but it was hard for them to shine as a collective. And now we're not there yet. We still need to add Jadon Sancho. We need Greenwood to get a year older. I still think there are other areas on the pitch to address. But yeah, Bruno and Pogba just bring the best out of each other, and then they're nicely supported by Matic in that role for me. So it's going to be peak tonight. I think it's going to be another night where United will dominate the ball, dominate possession, create a lot of chances and a lot of good opportunities, and it's going to cause a ricochet. It's going to cause a ricochet across social media. You're going to see rivals angry, rivals upset, rivals moaning, rivals crying. But at the end of the day, we can't help the fact that Man United are on their way back again, and Ollie's the man leading there. What would your honest score prediction be?
I'm saying 3-0 Man United.
And I think that's fair.
Yeah, and on the what you literally just mentioned it just a second ago. I didn't believe it at first, the whole Man United on the way up thing, but it was after the Spurs game that I thought, hold on a minute. It's literally when Pogba when he came on, and I was like, it's what's been missing, and I mentioned it and you mentioned it. It's the fact that there's two people in the midfield that you have to worry about now, and it's not just him, because before he came, it was just, who was it? It was him, but now Bruno's there. There's two people, and that's important because it's fear factor.
Yeah,
fear factor is really important.
Of course it is, and if you look at Liverpool, who are the best team in the country, if they only had one fullback that was a great attacker, that one individual wouldn't be as successful as he is, because Liverpool adopt a 2-up approach where both fullbacks go forward together. They spread the play so well because, Jesus Christ, they're both pushing up at the same time. We can't narrow one side down. The fact that they have both their inside forwards that are potent and dangerous and creative, you can't nullify it. Plus, you've got the fullbacks that get forward. It makes it a nightmare. You then have Firmino that just is here, there, and everywhere creating space. You've got those 5 players there. It's like you can't man mark or nullify 5 players at the same time. It's just impossible for me. And when and every now and then it does happen, and then that's why occasionally, once in a blue moon, you see Liverpool drop points or lose. When you create a team that is so hard to stop, Man United's heyday, when you had Ryan Giggs on one, Beckham on the other, a dominant midfield, 3 or 4 potent strikers in your squad, it's why we very rarely lost games in there. Across all competitions, what were you losing, 7 or 8 a year, which is normal. I mean, Liverpool this year have been even crazier than that. Like, obviously they've lost a few games in Champions Leagues, a couple of, but that's all we were losing, and that's because we were so brilliant. And every now and then it wouldn't quite go together. How often in Premier League era, in the Fergie times, in our great teams, did you see Man United lose 2 games on the bounce in the league? Oh, it happened every 5 or 6 years. It might happen. Arsenal's best teams were like that. Chelsea's greatest teams were like that. And that's what all these teams need to get back. It's what Chelsea are now trying to rebuild. You look at Chelsea's attacking lineup next year. When your backup players are going to be Tammy, Hudson-Odoi, and Mason Mount, you're in a great space. Because that's good backup. Really good backup. The
only people who I see falling behind is Spurs. Because I don't actually... Who do you see them signing that they could bring in, if they do make any signings, that brings fear or to the team, in the line? I don't see them signing anyone of a high level. or high caliber.
No, I get that, but I also look at I put Arsenal in that space as well. I don't see Arsenal keeping up with everybody else with the other pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that at all.
With us, we need like you Man United. They're like what 2-3 signings, not even 2-3 signings. Yeah, 2-3 signings away. You need a left back. Obviously, you're probably going to get Sancho most likely. Maybe a goalkeeper, but I don't. What you could probably get Dean Henderson back off loan.
Yeah. Like I think we're fine. Like we know we need 3 or 4 more players. We do know that as a football club until we're.
But Arsenal need like pretty much a whole new squad.
Yeah.
Because there's more players that you would. It's easier to name players you'd rather get rid of than there is to keep with us.
Interesting tonight, by the way, so everybody knows. Neil Maupay's on the bench for Brighton. He doesn't start tonight. And they've gone for an interesting team. They've gone for 3 centre-backs, 5 midfielders, a number 10 in Alistair, and then Connolly up front by himself. So you can already tell Brighton that it's going to be a low block counter. 2 wide men in Lumpty, and is that Lumpty? I think I pronounce it Lumpty. I can't know how to pronounce that. And Montoya, and they're going to look to counter Man United. That's what they're going to look to do in this game because they know what's coming, and they know, they just know. And I'm not saying a beatdown's coming, but they know what Man United are going to go out there and do. They know how Man United are going to go out there and play. We're 45 minutes away from kickoff. Jason, I appreciate you coming on, mate, and having your say. Thank you very much, mate.
Yeah, cool, man. Good luck. Well, not good luck, but...
yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Take care of yourself, mate. Anybody else wants to phone the show? Skype lines are open. We've got David calling through now. David, welcome back, mate. How are you?
I'm good.
Bro, you seen this team tonight? You seen Man United's team tonight? Must be making you worried, bro, up there at the top.
It looks good, but I'm really interested about Brighton's lineup.
Yes, it is interesting. 3 centre-backs, 5 midfielders, and then a 10 and a number. Basically, they're going to have 10 men, 11 men behind the ball, and they're going to look to counter-attack, essentially. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do.
But watch out for McAllister. McAllister coming from the Argentinian league, he's very good. And Lamptey, obviously, because he's an ex-Chelsea player. But your lineups, you've always playing your strongest lineup. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, but so we have to. We've always had to. I'm going to add Ram to the call as well now. We've always had to. But even under Ollie, and I tweeted about this a moment ago, we've gone through so many seasons where you sort of think 5, 6, 7 of these players pick themselves, but you'd be shocked every week that we weren't creating consistency. And I think that's important, is getting, I think Greenwood now is going to be a regular starter moving forward. Of course, he'll be rotated, but it will start regularly. We know that Bruno and Fernandes will start when fit. We know Maguire will start when fit. So De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Pogba, Rashford, Bruno, Martial, Greenwood. Like, that's the majority of the team's picked. There's only 2 or 3 places now that people are fighting for. Everybody else, you're rotational. Do you get what I mean? It's as simple as that. And if you look at our bench today, right, there's Bailly, James, McTominay, Williams, Mata, Igalo, Pereira, Fred. Next season, Fred will stay, and a goalie. Fred will stay. Igalo will be here. We know that. Williams and McTominay will be. James will be. But I look at the likes of Bailly. I look at Pereira. I look at Mata. If you just took those 3 players out now, and I'm not having a go at Bailly, and if you threw in a Koulibaly would start. But say you threw in Koulibaly or Upamecano, if you took out Mata and you threw in Jack Grealish, and if you took out Pereira and you threw in Van der Beek, suddenly that would be from front to back. You go, ooh.
It's solid. It's very solid.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. And so it isn't... And by the way, I didn't even mention Jadon Sancho starting. And if you throw Sancho into that as well, and you throw Greenwood onto that bench, mate, it's very, very strong from front to back. United are growing now. And how do you think this game will pan out? And by the way, hello, Ram, as well, mate. You all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Just a bit tentative of United, They're starting to annoy me. They're really pissing me off.
Why?
Because they're getting better, and I don't want that. It's annoying.
Yeah, and I think, look, what I like about you, Ram, you're a very honest fan, so you don't just, United are always going to be trash, like, it's stupid. But it's always going to happen, and, it's why I'm upset. There is a part of me that's upset Liverpool won the league. However, I've been at kind of peace with it for about 9 months, and I've been accepting of it and knowing it was coming for about 2 years. You could just see it. As soon as you sorted your backline out and you started keeping clean sheets regularly, it was inevitable that it was going to happen. So Man United returning to the top, it's inevitable. It will happen at some point. So people can keep hoping and praying and wishing. You know, I had Arsenal fans the other day. DT, what's up, my bro? He was like having a go at United the other day, saying how poor we were against Norwich, how bad Bruno was. Like, bro, Bruno created 5 chances in that game versus Norwich, which he didn't have a great game, but he created 5 chances. Your whole team against Sheffield United only created 5 chances in the whole game. So there's levels. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like, we didn't score as many. If we create, by the way, if we have 35 shots tonight on goal and we create something like 27 goal scoring opportunities, like we did the other day, we'll batter them. It was one of, when you look back at United's game the other day, we won it, so you're happy. But it was one of those games and one of those moments where you just think we absolutely slapped the door down. We just couldn't convert regularly enough. If we play that well in every game, dominate the ball that way in every game, we're winning 80-90% of our games.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It was 120 minutes and a red card. But, you still have to create the chances to.
Well, but one of those chances that was created was yes. So okay, that's fair dues. If you minus that, I think we had something like 8 or 9 shots during the extra time period and 5 or 6 chances created in that time. So yeah, you can minus some of that. But they're only down to. But they were only.
Card is the big one.
Yeah, but they're only. But why did the red card happen? Because Bruno did a backflip pass that put Agallo through on goal.
I'm saying the biggest chance created was Bruno getting Tim close to the red card. That was the biggest chance.
Yeah, and like I said to someone, the red card is because we were denied a clear goal scoring opportunity. So that again, and if we'd have scored then and no red card, who knows how the game would have gone? It might have then opened up again, and then we go on to bigger and better things. And that's all if buts and maybes an example. But what we need to focus on as Man United is the fact that we're almost 40 points behind Liverpool. Or we are 40 points. We're something like 40 odd points behind. That's got to be our aim. Now, not to physically close that, but next season we have to make sure that we're a lot closer to them. And the only way we're doing that is by keeping our players. Ram, I mean, what do you make of the Brighton lineup tonight, and what kind of chance do you give them of pulling off an upset this evening?
No chance. I'm honestly gonna say I think if they didn't lose against Arsenal, I think there would have been a bigger chance of them snatching something. But right now they are in that position where they're like, you know what, we can afford to lose a couple of games. And I think this is one of the games where they're gonna be like, okay, if we at least get something, that would be a massive bonus. But if we lose, we just have to take it on the chin and just get on with it.
Yeah, I understand. I think there's an element of truth in that. I'm not sleeping. A few people have tweeted me saying, "Oh, you shouldn't take it easy." I'm not taking Brighton easy. We have to be at our best. We have to play hard. We have to ensure that we are on fire. We have to. Those things are a prerequisite to get where I'm coming from. Like, we have to be on point to beat them. My view is that I think we will be on point, and if we are on point, we slap them. Because there is superiority here. Boys, I want to ask you this question. Lee Chappie, hello, mate, who's watching us on Hot Mics. By the way, get Hot Mic downloaded right about now. The link is in the description below, along with our promo code TFT. Go follow the Football Terrace. When you're over there, go follow other people. There's loads of other people over there. You've got the likes of Mark Goldbridge, the Anfield Agenda, Lee Chappie, of course. Go get following them. But he's asked us a question here. He says, hi, mate. He says, what's your thoughts on Leicester possibly slipping up on our poor recent form and losing 3rd place? I'll go to you first, David.
They've been slipping for a long time.
Yes.
For a long time. I mean, even in their winning run, they, like, when you looked at their numbers, they just didn't line up. So you knew that they were going to get caught up eventually. It was just a matter of how long Rodgers. And especially because of the break, but even before then they were slightly slipping. Now because of the break and everyone's come into it like it's almost a new season, no one's on a high. Same thing with Sheffield United. They're not on a run where they were getting loads of wins, and you're starting to see like the difference in quality between each squad. So Leicester have been slipping for a long time, and I think they will slip out of the top 4. I see them finishing behind Wolves, honestly. That
big a drop. How about yourself, Ram?
Yeah, I have to agree with Dave there. I think they're a team that strive on momentum, and seeing as though they've been slipping up here and there, and it's really been hampering their form. I honestly do see them dropping out. I don't think they'll drop out. I don't think they'll be behind Wolves. I don't think Wolves will get into the Champions League places, even though I'm hoping for them to get into it. But I feel like they're all burnt out. I don't think they have anything else left to offer for us to for them to be in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, it's looking. They're away to Everton tomorrow night, and I fancy Everton to pick up a result. But it's about pressure as well. And I don't, Lee, and I'm addressing Lee Chappie here, mate. Good bloke. I don't even mean this horribly about Brendan Rodgers. I look at him as a bottle job manager, in the sense of when the going gets absolutely tough. I don't think he has what it takes to cross the line. And I'm not suggesting that Ollie does at Man United or whatever. But what Leicester needed was a manager that could have got them over the line, because they were up until mid-December, they were just beyond. They were being muted as somebody that could challenge Liverpool for the title. So that's how close they were. Since if you look at it, since the 14th of December, they've won 5, 6, 7 games as an example, and 3 of them are FA Cup games. They've won 4 games in the Premier League since December. They've drawn quite a few, lost quite a few. And as I say, if Man United do win tonight, which I think they will, that will put us 3 points behind them. Wolves are already 3 points behind them. Chelsea, I believe, will win their next game, and that will put Chelsea level on points. No, that put Chelsea. Sorry, one sec. That put Chelsea 2 points in front of them. Yeah, go on, mate.
Sorry to cut you off, but I think that Boxing Day fixture against Liverpool really destroyed their confidence, their morale, because it's like saying you have an up and coming fighter coming up and got a couple of wins, one major win. Yeah. And then they come up against the world heavyweight champion, and the guy just knocks him out 5 seconds after the fight's begun. Yeah,
there's a cycle. Lee Chappie puts it in here, and I hadn't checked the form table, but I kind of knew they'd be there. 1 win in 9, 1 goal in 5. It's very poor. I can't see any points to Everton at all. He then said, and since week 20 of the Premier League, Leicester are sitting 13th in the form table, and that can't be denied. And I said, before we went into the lockdown sort of break, I was talking about it then, that Leicester are going to be caught up. And I looked at Man United, you're 12, 13 points behind them. And I said, well, when you're in really bad form, if we're in really good form and they're in bad form, that swings around very, very quickly. And I predicted about a week ago, I said that final day of the season, it might come down to a shootout between Leicester and United for the top 4. But if Leicester don't suddenly improve, it's going to go before then. We could, by Friday evening, I think they'll be in 4th behind Chelsea, as an example. Man United and Wolves are going to be 3 points behind them. They've then got to go. They've got Crystal Palace, and they go away to Arsenal. Then they play Bournemouth. Then they play Sheffield United. Then they play Tottenham, and then they follow Leicester. For me, I look at those games and I'm thinking they might be lucky if this form continues to get 10, 11 points. But I look at Man United's games as an example, again, without trying to sound salty, without trying to sound disrespectful, and I look at it and think, I think we're picking up in our remaining games. So we've got, how many we got left here? So I think Leicester will be lucky to pick up 10. Right, I'll throw 11 out there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 we've got remaining, right? So we've got a possibility of picking up 24 points. I think we are walking away from those games with around 20 points. So we're going to catch them. And I really mean that. Plus, you can't sleep on what Wolves are going to do. So I think where David said they might finish behind Wolves, Leicester might end up finishing 6th, when you would never have guessed that 3 or 4 months ago. But football is also very strange. And we say they could get an amazing result tomorrow night against Everton. They could click into gear. But Lee's having a guy at his team tonight. He says, we don't have any plan B. Shut Vardy out, and we have nothing else. No aerial threat whatsoever. There is truth in that. When Vardy I don't think Vardy scored for months, or he might have 1 goal in.
They are so reliant on him as well, because he's the main focal point. Quite a lot of people said that James Maddison, Harvey Barnes might be those kind of people that will help out a little bit, but their style of play, it just revolves around Vardy getting the goals. That's it. I don't see anyone else chipping in with a goal.
Yeah.
With us, we have Salah can get a goal, Mane can get a goal, Firmino might pop up with 1, Trent might get 1. Wijnaldum might get the odd one goal, but with Leicester, I think it's only Vardy. That's it, really.
We just spoke earlier on, didn't we, about Paul Pogba and how he struggled when he was the only real creative player we had in the team. That's like Vardy. All the pressure's on Vardy to score. What would be amazing for Jamie Vardy would to be part of a team where there's 2 or 3 other attackers that are also scoring at the same rate or close to him, because it means when you're going through a bit of poor form, somebody else picks the mantle up. Somebody else steps up and makes himself be counted. Leicester don't have that. So, I do think they're on a hiding to nothing. I think they will drop outside the top 4. You could even see them drop outside the top 4 in the next 3 games. Like, if they don't, if they keep, if we go on form, since they've returned from lockdown, they've drawn 2 Premier League games. If they draw the next 2 Premier League games, they'll almost be out of it. Almost out of it. Definitely behind Chelsea. And then the problem is pressure. Because this is what gets to people. When you see a 12, 13, 14 point cushion that you had to get into the top 4 disappear. And this is why people annoy me. Well, not annoy me. Like, they chat nonsense. They're like, oh, United, you've been on this good run of form, but you're still not in the Champions League spots. I'm like, are you dizzy, bruv? We were 13 plus points away from it. And by tonight, we could be... 10. Yeah, now we could be 3 points away from it. So you have to chip away at that first. Last season was a great example. We threw it away in the last 2 months. But we were like 15, 16 points behind top 4 when Ollie came in. And we were so close to making it. And now that last 2-month run was awful. And we should have made it last year, really, with the run we were on. But the runs come at the right time. We're a better team than we were this time last year. And, yeah, I think Leicester are done finished in relation to top 4.
I'm still waiting for you guys to trip up, man. I'm still waiting.
Of course.
And
of course, both of you want that. Both Chelsea and Liverpool fans want that, because the last thing Chelsea are building here, and the last thing Chelsea want is at the same time as they're becoming a bigger and better team, nobody wants a resurgent Man United. Nobody wants Man United to ever be like they were under Fergie again. Why would a rival, like in real sense? I mean, it will make a great competition, but no fan wants that, and that's why there's all this. Oh no, you're not going to get Sancho. It's hope. It's people praying we don't get Sancho, because if he signs, there's going to be tears. There will be tears.
If Man United drop one more game, it puts them 4 points behind Chelsea, I think, and that makes the Liverpool game, like, if Chelsea can effectively lose that game and not be too worried. No, sorry, it'll make it, if Man United drop a game and Chelsea win, there'll be 7 points clear of United, which makes the last 2 games against Wolves and Liverpool almost non-effective.
Yeah, it does. So yeah,
Chelsea, we hope that United drop points, so it makes our running a bit more easier and puts a bit less pressure on.
Well, that's the thing, and we play before, and this is where it's such the pressurizing. That's why your win against City was so important, because we play before you for the next. We play tonight, and then you play tomorrow, and then we play Saturday at 3. You play Saturday at 8 o'clock at night, as an example. So if we win our games, then there's that pressure on you to go out there and do the business. If things go really wrong for Leicester and they lose their next 2 games, Man United could quite. What's their? Oh, actually, no. Their goal difference is plus 30, which is amazing. So we'd have to win. So if they lost their next 2 and we won our next 2, we couldn't go in front of them on goal difference. But we could be level on points with Leicester in the space of the next 2 games if they don't sort their form out. And this is what it comes down to. If we stay close to Chelsea, if we stay close to Leicester, there's that element of, can we make them crack? Can we? And if Man United win the next 2 games and Chelsea drop points in any of the next 2, it then makes your Liverpool game really pressurized, because then and it's such an interesting conundrum. We've added Liverpool fan Stro to the stream. How you doing, mate? Are you there, mate? No, and I'll call him back and get him back on. I didn't bring him on, but yeah, it's gonna be amazing. I think Chelsea and Man United will both make it, though. I really do. Stro, welcome to the stream, mate.
What's good?
Yeah, all good, man. What do you make of Man United's starting lineup tonight, and thoughts on how the game will pan out?
I just think it's just going to be back to the wall job, to be honest. I can't see anything but United winning. That's what frustrates the hell out of me, to be honest. But I need to say this, and I just need to clear the air. I've got a problem with you and Flawless, and it's driving me up the wall. Until you take over Liverpool, you can't declare yourself the Avengers. It can't happen. You man a DC, like, it can't happen.
No.
Hey man, don't disrespect DC, man. Don't do
No,
that, man.
no. See, the reason why I'm saying that is we claimed it already, bruv. This is like we claimed it already. Just because you won the league. The thing is as well, like you're the baddies here. Liverpool are the baddies. So you're like you're one of the bad guys. Do you know what I mean? So we're coming for you.
We're not the bad guys.
You are the bad
you
guys.
Die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Yeah. You're the baddies. You've taken over. You've basically infiltrated the Premier League. You snapped your fingers. All the good teams have disappeared and you're by yourself. We are now looking at a way of getting those Infinity Stones back and sending you back to where you belong, 7th.
Now I see it more as like a Star Wars thing where you guys were like Darth Vader and like the Galactic Empire. Now we're the Resistance, bro. And we toppled your empire.
But you're not, because no one likes you, so you can't be.
Terry, can you not use Captain America though? Because I think we actually have an American.
See, I'm not worried about that because I don't believe in that. You know, that's too xenophobic for me. We can all be what we want. You know, we can all be what we want. You know, I watched a brilliant. Yes, go on, mate. Go on, Stro.
No, I was going to say, do you know what's crazy? Which no one's talking about, which I think they should be talking about. United have lost the same amount of games this season up to this point as Manchester City have. The only difference is the amount of games that you drew.
Yeah.
Now the fact that you're starting to keep clean sheets, that's a worrying sign for everybody because it was game against Norwich is a prime example. You take your chances, you dominate, and you win games 3-4-5-0.
Bruv.
United are at that point what Liverpool were at 2 or 3 seasons ago, where once they sorted the defence out and they just built little pieces in and around it, it's a force to be reckoned with, and that's what's worrying me. You've lost 8 games in the Premier League.
Please stop, man. Please.
But on top, and the thing I'm thinking is as well. If you look at the since we started to click under Ollie, it's 14 games and 10 clean sheets, and in the games that we conceded, they've all been goalkeeping errors as well. We haven't and we've been opened up in those games. I'm not denying that nobody's got through our defence, but no one's scored a goal against us that's come from like tearing us apart or like really good intricate play or even like a cross where a defender's been caught out of position, which is why I'm not overly nitpicking it. Yeah, I would prefer a better centre back next to Maguire. But for me, if David De Gea and Romero by the other day were at the same level as the Edisons and Edison's made some mistakes here as well, to be fair, but like Alisson, or if De Gea gets back to his pomp, he doesn't even let that goal in against Tottenham. Suddenly we have an extra 2 points than what we have right now. You know, Romero doesn't let that goal in against Norwich and we win in normal time and nobody's talking about it. So you are right. And that's how you know when you're talking to genuine football fans and people that are not being salty. My turning point of thinking whether or not Jurgen Klopp was going to be the right man for Liverpool was once Van Dijk came in and I saw defensively you weren't throwing away games anymore. That's when the penny dropped for me. Now, I'm not a Liverpool fan and I didn't see it coming. Maybe I should have seen it coming. But I also know a lot of Liverpool fans that didn't see it coming either. Sorry, whoever that is that's just joined the stream, turn your device in the background down, please. So I know a lot of Liverpool fans that up until Van Dijk were like, I don't think he's the man, you know. Now, they didn't say it publicly, but they were saying it behind the sins. There was a lot of fear. I remember listening to Talk Sport and Liverpool fans were in tears on phones. We've thrown it away again. He's not good enough. So a lot of us thought that. But then, as you say, he brought Van Dijk in. And it wasn't just you stopped conceding. I remember watching you manage games differently when you'd be 2-0 up and then you take your foot off the gas. But you just maintain the ball. And I'm like, they've learned, because what you used to do is play a million miles an hour from the kickoff, and the amount of games you get to 60, 70 minutes in, and then you just be dead, and you throw leads away. But you just learned to manage the games better. Your players became more experienced. Van Dijk helped to sort out your back line, and then bang, you 2.5 years from there, you've gone from being a very good footballing team with no real pedigree, as a not as a club, but as a team there and then, to being the best in the world. And I'm not saying United are going to follow that exact same pattern at this point. We've got a lot more building to do. But if we have a summer that is also as potent and as strong as your Fabinho, Alisson, Naby, and someone else came in that summer as well, whose name I can't remember. But if we have a summer that's as potent as that, maybe, just maybe.
Yeah, it's worrying. It's definitely worrying. But the signs are there, and that's what I don't like.
Guys, I got a question for everybody. It was based on last night's stream that Terry did. Do you think we need to put more respect on the Invincible's name? Because personally, I think I need to write a written letter of apology to Adam about the Invincibles, because I've done them dirty a little bit too much.
Let's put some context on that for a second. So I've had a lot of people challenging the point system from last night, saying there should be more points for retaining a Premier League title, which, by the way, this is Chelsea fans saying it.
Of course it was.
Yeah, no. Whoa. So not Man. Hang on, one sec, boys. So not Man United fans, and as I say, it's a democratic process, the point system. So we can adjust some things. We won't just adjust one without looking at others. So I'm quite happy to. Someone said about getting 20 points for retaining, 30 points for 3 in a row, 40 points for 4 in a row, because they feel like there should be more points for retaining a title, which is very rare. So I've kind of said, okay, we could look at doing those things. But the Invincibles ones is interesting because I made the mistake for years of just thinking about what they won that season and what they won the year after. What we don't do is look at, well, what did that team win a year, 2 years before that? What did they do over a 5-year period, that group of players, as an example? And, you know, it's like right now with Liverpool. Liverpool's points in this system that we created look really strong 2 seasons in. But if Liverpool go the next 3 years and don't win a thing, just saying, I'm not going to allow people to just go, well, let's look at that one season where they were brilliant, because one season doesn't make you. You know, you can't be the best player in the Premier League ever for having one great season, even if you break all the records. I think you've got to do it for 5 years plus. So I think we do the Invincibles dirty, massively do them dirty. I also did run the point system for the Chelsea team that won the Champions League, a 5-year period around that. They come in lower than the other Chelsea team. So I think they came in 5th on that list as an example, but which I thought they would, because they didn't win as many trophies. They didn't retaining was the key one. But yeah, what did you boys? What did from Davy's point of view and Stro, did you see any of the show? What did you make of the system?
Yeah. So obviously I was on the radio, but I watched it when I was on the way back. The one team I wanted you to do was Liverpool from 2000 to 2005.
Yeah,
that'd have been interesting. That would have been very interesting.
Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
If you look at the Invincibles, and you look at how many points, well, obviously, they went unbeaten and everything, but to be honest, they had 12 draws. 12 draws out of 38 games. That's pretty bad, if you ask me. That's why I can't rate them as the best ever Premier League team, personally.
Yeah, I mean, but they're not, though. They didn't come out on top. I mean, we only run 6 or 7 teams through it. An example, they were in front of this current Liverpool team and this current City team, but that's only because we're doing it over a 5-year period, and this City team and Liverpool team haven't been together for 5 years from when we count it. Now, what City fans could do is go, well, actually, we'll count these last 3 seasons and the 2 before it. They might be in front of them, but it then also means anything you now win after this point now, you can't add to it. So, so it's a case of be very careful where... Like, if I was a City fan and a Liverpool fan right now, I would say, just keep it from the last couple of years, because there's a chance that both those teams could actually eclipse both of United's teams that are currently sitting 1 and 2. So I do get that. But this is what I mean. Are the Invincibles the best? Maybe not for their Invincible season, but what did they win before, during, and after that point? And it's, Man United's treble-winning team. Everyone speaks about the treble-winning season. People forget that they won 4 titles out of 5 years. No other team in the Premier League history has done that.
Yeah,
so
it's incredible.
It's, go on, mate, go on.
I think this is more of a cultural thing. Like, when you go back to like the best Liverpool teams, they always talk about the 1984 team rather than that period where from 80 to 81 to 82 to 83, so on and so forth. You also got like the Man United team in 1968. They always talk about that team rather than in that period where they dominated. And I think this is sort of like a cultural thing where you look at the best thing, but you don't look at the longevity of everything, if you get what I mean. Yeah,
longevity always gets thrown out in so many debates. But even with Man United's 2 best Premier League teams, and this is not attack at Liverpool, but it annoyed me because it's been doctoring of the statistic, and it's not fair. I see a lot of people going, we're European champions, Premier League champions, and world champions. You're not, because you won the Champions League last year, right? And the only reason on paper you're still champions is because of CV19. But to be national, European, and world champions, you have to win them all in the same season. That's the only time it counts. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because for the season that ends 2020, you're not going to be... Because the season ain't over yet, so you can't count it because the season isn't finished. That's like saying, if you win the Premier League this year, and then next year you win the FA Cup, because the FA Cup is played before the league finishes, that doesn't make you double winners. You only win the double if it's in the same campaign. And I'm not having a go at Liverpool because you're brilliant. I'm simply stating that there's only one team in Premier League history that have done that, and we've done it twice, has won the Premier League and Champions League in the same season and then gone on to be world champions. And what annoys me as a Man United fan is forget fans. Fans are always going to do what they can to pump themselves up.
Even the pundits.
But it's the pundits. They don't talk about it. And I sit there and think to myself, you're so disrespectful. And all it really does, it makes more people hate on Liverpool. Because it's like, well...
It puts more pressure on us as well, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It puts a lot more pressure on us because the second we lose that one game, everyone's like, oh, we're taunted as the best ever Premier League team.
When you lost but Tel, can I just ask, do you not think it's harder now to win both the Premier League and the Champions League? It's way harder now than it ever was.
Based on what, though?
Based on, I don't know. Maybe you can say because the money's higher and that makes it harder, more intense games.
But the money's only higher in relative terms. So, yes, there was less money in football, say, 20 years ago, but then the cost of football was also cheaper. So if you look at what Man United currently spend on players, it's the same percentage that they spent all those years ago. It's just that the economics have grown. I'll give you an example. If I spend 20% of my wages every month on my mortgage, right, but then I get a massive pay rise, but I buy a bigger house, and I'm spending 20% still, I'm still left with the same level of disposable income as a percentage. It's just the amount of money I earn has now gone up. Right? And that's the same with football. So where a player cost 20 million 20 years ago, those players now cost 120, 130 million. But it's affordable because the same 450, 500% increase has happened to the economical system of football. I don't necessarily think it was, again, it may be harder, maybe not. If you go back though and look, see, this is where you might say it was harder back then. Italy had a strong league back then. Spain was strong. Germany was strong. You had in the 90s, Dutch teams were winning Champions Leagues, Portuguese teams were going further into it. In the 90s, teams like Steaua Bucharest were winning it because they were brilliant. So there was more strength across Europe than there is now. And you go back to the Premier League
era. Look at the defenders as well.
Oh, yeah,
Look at the defenders like the Maldinis of this world. It's a completely different ballgame back then.
But also, even if you think about the distribution of world-class players, I'll give you an example. I think people take the mick out saying Liverpool beat likes of Borussia Mönchengladbach, but they had one of the best German players in Jupp Heynckes in their team, who was incredible. So many players.
People do. Yeah, again, on the Liverpool front, a lot of I don't know because I wasn't alive or I can't remember it. I was born, but it wasn't there. A lot of English football fans say that Europe was a lot easier to win throughout the 70s and 80s because of a lack of quality. The problem you have is there is no tangible way of proving this. It's all anecdotal. That's why the only way to look at things is to compare the trophies that people have won. Because, yes, it might be harder to win it now, but based on what? Because teams are better. Well, that means you're better as well. If the overall standard... The only time it becomes unfair, when people talk about, George Best is here, he was so good, he was drunk when he was playing, no one could stop him and he was drunk. Yeah, that's because half the defenders were drunk as well, but it levels itself out. They all played with crap boots, they all played with balls that weren't round, they all played on muddy pitches that had potholes all over them. So it's fair as fair. I just feel like, people always say, how good would George Best have been dribbling with modern-day balls with modern-day boots on flat grass? He'd have been amazing. Would he have been better than Messi? I don't know, because it never... Do you get where I'm coming from? I just sort of feel like it's so hard to compare eras. You just, what the advantage we have now is with video analysis. It makes it a lot easier now for a team to watch. I'm Rashford. I can watch countless videos on the right back I'm playing to work out what he's good and bad at. That wasn't available 20 years ago. So it's harder to scout people. I think the diet levels now are better than they were, as an example. So everybody's fitter and stronger. Teams recover quicker. Sports science is a thing that it never used to be. So there are advantages now, but it was level playing fields at the time. So I think there's an argument, mate. I don't think you're wrong to suggest it. I just don't see how we accumulate it and measure it. And if you can't measure it, it becomes a hypothesis. And if it's a hypothesis and a theory, we can't present it as a fact. So it can't be a determining factor.
But if you ask me, I think it's harder for Premier League teams to win a Champions League and a Premier League in the same season now. Not talking about, say, 10, 15 years ago. If you look at, obviously, the Spanish league, Real Madrid, Barcelona, even though they're winning as many games, it's like they're relaxed nearly every other weekend except the Classicos. Same thing with the German league. You saw how rubbish it was. But in the Premier League, they're killing themselves week in, week out. and it makes it harder for a Premier. You saw with Man City last season, or with Liverpool this season. It's like they had to sacrifice the Champions League to win the Premier League this season.
Maybe.
To be fair, though, last season, sorry to interrupt, last season, if you really look at it, so obviously we won the Champions League, we missed out on the Premier League by 1 point.
And you got 90 odd points.
And there's a stint in there where we drew with Leicester, we drew with Everton, and we drew Manchester United in like a 4-week period. You turn one of them draws into a win, then we've done it.
And the only reason that City haven't done it is because there isn't pressure on from their fans to win that Champions League. You know, they don't care about it. And I think if they had the same pressure on their players to go out there and win Champions Leagues as they do winning Premier League titles, they'd have been good enough to do it. And yeah, look, it's a difficult thing to do. You've got to remember as well. I mean, clearly Liverpool's brilliant team did it. But, you know, Man United have done it. It's not something that happens. I mean, even if you look at the league, I mean, how often have teams in Europe won their league and Champions League at the same time? I mean, it doesn't happen often. Like Real Madrid won 3 Champions Leagues on the bounce, but I don't think they won the league any of those years.
No, I think Real Madrid won 1 league and a Champions League under, I think it was Ancelotti.
Yeah. Sure. But the point I would make, if you go back and look at, if you even look at those leagues, if you look at Barca, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, how many years have they actually won them both at the same time? Barcelona have probably done it a good couple of times, but I don't think it's something that teams have done 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in their history. So it's a rarity to do it.
But it happens way more in other leagues than it does in England.
Yes, well, again, but then that's because they're so. The one thing you're right about is there's more of a weight that I think they have a bigger drop off in those leagues. I think once you go past the top 5 or top 6, there is a drop off. Football is more intense here in the UK. But I don't know how old you are, but I've always felt it's been intense here. Relatively speaking, it's more intense now, but then everybody's grown up with it. You're more used to it. I think the one area where we go, I think what Pep and Klopp have done to the league is a little bit detrimental, though, in the sense of the bar's so high now. You're going to have teams winning titles in a few years on 88 points, and everyone's going to call them trash. It's like, no, listen, like what these two teams have done is spike. My hope is that they burn themselves out. And I think, City this year, it might not be burnt out. Who knows? Let's see what they're like next year. But there's an element of... I think
City are going to win the Champions League, to be honest.
Well, they might win it this year. They might win it this year. But I've said all along, there's a part of me that almost wants City to, in a way. Because if City... I want to win the FA Cup. I do. But if Man United can't win it, I'd love City to win the FA Cup and the Champions League. Because they've had a better season than Liverpool. There's bitterness in there. There is. But if they win all those 3 tournaments, they might end up leapfrogging Man United's greatest ever team. So maybe I don't actually, because I want us to stay top of my own personal chart. Anyway, who do you support, by the way, mate?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Okay.
But I'm not a biased Chelsea fan.
No. I thought I couldn't tell who you supported by what you were saying, so that shows you're unbiased.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on tonight's game?
I think Man United will probably win, man. That midfield of Pogba, Matic, and Bruno is perfect. Do you know what I mean? They should have always used those 3 in the middle of the park. Yeah, you know?
It's honestly, it makes me smile that we're finally getting somewhere with our midfield. And I know we're a good couple of years away from challenging for a Premier League title, but it's an interesting one with, as you say, with City. It'd be interesting to see if City do bounce back, what happens with the ban. They might do, or if there's burnout. But we could, in maybe 18 months' time, 2 years' time, be on the edge of a good 4-way. You know, United, Chelsea, City, Liverpool. I do miss, you know, you got your boys, Ram, you might be a little too young. David, you might be a little too young. But if you go back 10 years, sort of from about 07 through to about maybe 06 through to about 2011, 2012, that little period, it was,
6 to 10, the top 4.
Well, the top, yeah, but you always used to get, you'd always get a week, you get 2 weekends a year. One was where it was Arsenal, Chelsea, and Liverpool, Man United, and then you'd also get United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool games. Or sometimes you get the other United, Arsenal. They'd always find that the randomizer would always manage to make those teams play each other at the same weekends, and they were colossal those kind of weekends, especially if you got the game back to back on a Sunday. Yeah, bruv, those Super Sundays were just. I mean, the amount of days I called in sick on the Monday. One, if we ever lost any of those games, I called in sick. I couldn't face anyone. And if I got 2 mash-up, then I'd be like, yeah, boys, I ain't going to work, man. Me and the lads, we were living in like Leytonstone, me and the boys, but we're not hipsters. We're born and bred. And we'll be at my house and my brother's house, and we just get mashed. And Super Sunday sessions, we call them. Couldn't do that anymore. I'm too old. But yeah, we used to get absolutely... It's crazy, really. If YouTube existed back then and we sucked some of those sessions on the internet, they'd have gone viral. I remember one day, one of my best mates, my mate Techley, he's a Liverpool fan. I'm United. And I don't remember who scored the first goal, but Liverpool beat us 2-0. And I think I want to say it was David Ngog scored scored that. But Techley picked me up and started making me jump up and down and was celebrating with me. Now, Tech's a good guy, but Tex is a big ruster, and he's picking me up and jumping up and down with me, shouting in my face. I end up pushing him back against the wall, and I smashed him into this is old school. I had all these DVDs in his stacks, pushed them over. He's then laughing, and we're wrestling on the floor. But he's one of my best mates. I'm not going to hit him. I end up picking up the DVD player and slapping it through the TV, right? Smashed up. I start kicking off in the room. I'm losing my head. I've gone. Ed's gone, right? And then about 2 minutes later, there's a knock on the door, and there was a girl I was seeing at the time. Her and her mates were all coming around, so the boys were all excited because all these girls are coming around. Right? I walked the door open there. I just said, you could all fuck off, and just slammed the door shut. I said, no one's coming in. I went upstairs and cooled down for an hour, right? And then I come down, they'd all been in, everyone was giving me funny looks. And they're like, you all right, Tel? You all right, Tel? I was like, yeah. I've calmed down a lot now. My adolescence, it was such a madness. But that's how every Super Sunday session got. The only time I didn't banter is my boy Phil, was the 8-2 Arsenal game. It got to a point, right, there was this big geeks. I didn't know how big this guy was. I know how big Phil was, so we lived in the same house. My mate Tony was there, Techley, all the boys were there. Watched the game. It got after we scored our 5th goal. I stopped celebrating because I couldn't. He threw his Arsenal shirt in the bin, actually put it into the dustbin, shut the lid. After the game, I was in the garden ringing my dad. I said, Dad, that was amazing. Right, and I could hear a gooner in his garden about 4 or 5 houses down, right? And this is Thatched house area in Leytonstone, and he's swearing to somebody on his phone. And I'm laughing to my dad, and he can hear me now, and I know he can hear me, so I'm saying it loud. And Dad, I've just grabbed Phil's shirt out of the bin. I'm holding it up to my dad on FaceTime or whatever. Going, look. And the geezer's going, you can put that down, mate. I looked across and said, what, mate? I mean, you could put that down. I said, don't get lemon, bruv. Don't, giving it the big one, right? He goes, right, outside. And I thought, all right, sweet. I went outside, and as I got outside, he'd already started. This geezer was about 6'9", right? I'm 5'10" with, fairly big heels on. Do you know what I mean? And he's huge. And I'm thinking, I have absolutely done myself because I can't run away. All the boys are going, go on then. Now, I'm quite lucky. If the guy was battering me, the boys were there, right? I'm cool. But I'm thinking, I'm going to have to. And then I got saved here by a quirk of fate. This geezer was huge, massive man. Turned out he was the biggest softie in the world. He's like, oh, no, I'm really sorry. I don't really want to fight you. And I remember inside, I was like, thank you, God. But I gave it the big, and I was like, whatever I said. I'm not going to say the words I used then that we can express. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then he was like, I'm really sorry. And then the boys went, do you want to come in? He came in, had a beer with us. And then he started watching football with us every weekend. But I was the luckiest moment of my life. You know, you look at the guy, he looked like the Big Show. And I'm thinking, I'm done. But he bottled it. He was like, I'm really, really sad. And I'm thinking, can you imagine? It was like an elephant versus a mouse, but I won. I didn't win. I didn't hit him. If I'd have punched him, my arm would have broke. He was that big. But yeah, man, I missed those days. Those days, if we'd have YouTubed that stuff, that would have been... Actually, I wouldn't be able to show my face in public because I used to say some really bad things as well. But there we go. Score predictions, boys, because kickoff is a few moments away.
2-1.
3-0 to United.
Yeah, I go 2-1 United.
I'm giving Brighton hope. I'm giving Brighton hope. 2-2.
Bruv, I always say this to my sales teams: have a pipeline, not a pipe dream. David, that's a pipe dream. It's true. So, yeah, I'm going with 4-0 Man United. I'm going for a big win tonight. Big tings. Big tings.
Do you not think some of the players might have been affected playing 120 minutes in the last game?
Nah.
No, I forgot about that.
Nah.
All I'm saying, AD will know this as well. What Tariq Lamptey is pace. If you're...
I'm so disappointed Chelsea sold him to Brighton.
That kid, if he gets round the defence and gets the byline, it's over. It's over.
Fine. It's fine though, because the other side, Montoya isn't doing anything because he's up against the Spider Juan, right? He's up against Spider Juan. He ain't getting past him. It's fine. And Luke Shaw's fine. Luke Shaw's fine with pacey players. Look what he does every time he goes up against Mo Salah. Nothing. Dead.
Yeah, they got this good Alexis McAllister. Hopefully he does a Gary McAllister and does scores against United.
Is it Alistair though, or McAllister?
He's Alexis McAllister.
McAllister.
Okay, because I'm looking at him here, and on who scored that I'm looking at, they've got him in as... Okay, so, Mac Alistair. So, Mac is actually a separate name to Alistair. Okay, cool. So, I get you. He's Argentine. If you saw someone, I saw his name is Alex McAllister, I wouldn't have thought that's Argentinian. He sounds proper Scottish, mate.
Scottish.
Yeah.
He's part Scottish.
There we go. His dad must have been working away. It's true. Like, do you know what I mean? I've got a friend of mine. His mum's Lebanese and his dad's Scottish. And he was saying, he goes, yeah, my dad got a job over here. He's working away from home, and he met my mum. And then he goes, about 8 months later, and about 10 months later, I was born. I was like, oh, sweet. That's quality. But there we go.
Guess what his brother's called as well?
What?
Kevin. I'm not joking.
Yeah, do you know what I love about that? I got caught out once as well. So I was very, very young, and we had this big wave when I worked in the bank. This big wave of fraudsters coming in with fake passports and stuff, and it was blatant. Like, they'd come in with the names didn't match the country that the passports were from, right? And we had all these things. And then one day I thought I had another one. I was all punched. I was talking to the guy. I said, not a problem. And I walked into the room to my manager. I went, I found another one, boss. She's like, oh, well done. Let me see it. I said, look, it was an Indian passport. And the guy's name was like David Smith. And she went, why do you think this is one? We didn't say that Indian passports were part of it. It was these 10 other countries. I said, but David Smith. And she gave me this look and went, you do realize there are millions of Christians in India? I said, yeah, but why would they have the name David Smith? Because they're Christian names. And it was that moment where you realize our names are not English names, they're Christian names. And countries that are Christian have the same type. And I didn't realize this. And I went out and he didn't know that I'd done it. And I told the customer, I said, I'm really sorry. I said, I thought you were part of this batch, blah, blah, blah. And he said, not a problem at all. He goes, I get it all the time. But it just, like you get those learning curves in life where you just sort of think, you see a name and you think, that don't fit. Do you know what I mean? But then you do your bit of research and it's like, well, actually, there's a lot of people. Like, I didn't realize there's lots of parts of Argentina where people have German names. Yeah. Like, lots of German names there.
In Sri Lanka, there's a lot of Portuguese names in Sri Lanka. Like, they have Alfonso de Silva or something like that.
Yeah, so again, if you saw somebody said they were Sri Lankan, they said their name was Alfonso de Silva Ronaldo, I'd go, what? But then, as you say, you do the research into it, and it's like, all right, that probably makes sense, because a lot of our countries did a lot of travelling, a few hundred years ago.
The Germans in Argentina is a bit of a dodgy one.
Yes, I've watched the show on that. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Watch it. It's an amazing TV show, to be honest. But yeah, it's crazy because it actually looks like Berlin looked like in them days as well. It's weird, It's bloody weird. So if you meet an Argentinian with a German name, don't go for a drink with them, is all I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Don't trust it. It's likely that they escaped in 1945. But there we go. Right, teams are coming out, boys. I appreciate you all coming on. We'll chat to you soon.
No worries.
Take care, boys. See you later. Bye-bye. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, but it's a great thing about life when you learn, you just live and you learn things all the time. And, an 18-year-old me is very different 34-year-old me. But there we go. There we go. Right. Teams are coming out into field of play here. A few moments until the game is going to be kicked off. Do me a big favor. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Who's over there now? Ash thinks it'll be 4-1 United. Cam thinks it'll be 2-0 on Hot Mics. Who else is over there now? Resistance has come on United. Absolutely. Gary here says, Terry, could United possibly try Fernandes on the right wing and play Pogba as a 10? Maybe we could. I don't really want to see him as a winger. He drifts out to the wings. But it might work in certain games. It could work in certain games, but I personally wouldn't like to see it on the regular. If you get where I'm coming from, personally on that. But here we go. We're ready. Showing the teams here. I'm so tired. It's such a long day as well today. But I'm sure United will keep me awake. I'm sure United are going to keep me nice and awake, as it were. Do me a favor as well. Please get Hot Mic downloaded. The link is in the description below. Please get that done for us. It's really important to the platform and really important to the channel that you guys help us in that way. It'd be amazing if you could hit the like and share button and all that jazz. Thank you. We're moments away. David De Gea in goal, of course. Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Luke Shaw at the back. Midfield, Matic is going to be holding that midfield. Well, they've gone for a double pivot, and they will, but for the vast majority of the game, you're going to see Pogba push forward in that box-to-box row. Matic holding. And then we're going to have Bruno in the 10, Mason Greenwood and Rashford either side of him playing as inside forwards. They will, of course, drift out wide as well. And there he is, hat-trick hero himself, Anthony Martial, who's going to be leading the line from the middle. It's a brilliant Man United team. Still some areas to improve, but it's certainly a much better team than we've seen for the last 3 or 4 years at Manchester United. I'm excited. Game is live. We're a few moments away from kickoff. Get us your score predictions in. Hit the like buttons. Hit the share buttons. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Lord Dvokarigi here says, no Mopai. Brighton taking this game easy. Maybe. We'll see what happens. But people always say things like that, but let's see what happens, you know. I try not to overly judge a starting lineup until we actually see how they perform. The most important bit is to see how they perform before we start chatting. You know, if they pull a result off tonight against United, then what are people going to say? You know, is everybody going to come out and apologise and say, "Oh, I'm really sorry, I got it wrong. Didn't realise you were so good." Blah blah blah. Probably not. You'll just sit there in silence. So let's watch the team play. Let's see how they get on. And as I've mentioned, I think Man United are the better of the two teams. We're the stronger of the two teams. We've got the better lineup. We should be beating them. But we have to maintain serious level discipline. We have to ensure that we are absolutely on point. What we cannot allow to happen is any complacency to creep into our game. Lots of chances, move the ball quickly, try and kill them off early as well. That's going to be key here. If we can get a couple of goals in this first half, kill them off, play easy for the second half, make your substitutions. Remember, we can make a lot of subs. Get Bruno, Pogba, Martial, Rashford nice and rested, ready for this weekend. Put that pressure on Chelsea, massive pressure on Leicester City. Let's just go out there and do this now. Let's go out there and do this now. Taking a knee here, supporting of the Black Lives Matter program. And here we go. Game is kicked off, ladies and gentlemen. United going from right to left. Mason Greenwood getting his first touch nice and early there. Most important thing for United not to do, because we kind of know Brighton are going to come out here and have a bit of a low block, is to not concede early. Rashford straight into Martial. It's lovely. Here's Bruno. Bruno plays the ball on the outside to Martial. It's a little bit overhit there from Bruno Fernandes. But Martial has the speed to pick it up. He goes, puts it inside to Rashford. Rashford squares it. Oh, ball nearly finds itself to Luke Shaw. Nice start from Man United. 30 seconds in. Already with great movement, opening up this Brighton team, who will be feeling, if United could open them up a few times early on here, maybe even grab a goal, you'll make Brighton feel very vulnerable very early on. Bruno here switches the play out to the right-hand side. AWB picks the ball up. He's got Pogba in support. Very low block already here from Brighton. Very low block already. 4 in a flat back line at the back. 4 in midfield as well, which is what will happen. You know, their 3 centre-backs will become a back line of 5 when they're defending. You'll get a solid bank of 4 in the middle and then 1 striker pressing from the top. And they'll try and hold their shape. They'll try and hold their shape narrow and allow very little space in between the lines as they move forward. But right now, you can already see Bruno is in between that space. He's looking to sit in the hole and then move into the half spaces when he's off the ball with these runs. And he'll look for his players to be running into the half spaces as well. So the only way you can break this down, you need intelligent players at all times. Long ball play here to Rashford. It's clear it's going to be a throw into Man United high up on the left-hand side. Be interesting as well. Be nice to see Rashford and maybe Greenwood get themselves on the score sheet tonight to keep the confidence levels up. No goals for either of them since the break. For some assists for Rashford though. Matic to Rashford to Luke Shaw. Back to Rashford here. Rashford's got a bit of time, but he plays it down the left-hand side to Luke Shaw that's got time to cross. He gets to cross in. Martial! Oh, Martial's touch lets him down. If his touch was a little bit better there, he's going to get a shot on goal. Another opening for Man United early on in this game. Wonderful pass there from Rashford down the left-hand side to open up Brighton. And then it was a great cross from Luke Shaw. Martial's touch is just a little bit off. He just allowed, I'm not sure which defender made the tackle, but as the ball, we'll see this play again here. Rashford plays it in down the line. Loads of space. It's crossed in. Oh, it's slightly open. I wouldn't even say really. He took, the touch was okay. The touch was okay. I think it might have been Stevens in the middle that made the tackle there. Was it Dunk? Okay, there we go. Maguire here finds Rashford out wide on the left. Rashford goes for a dink ball over the top. Slightly misplaced, but Bruno nearly picks it up. It's well cleared in the end, but Rashford picks it up again. His pass wasn't good enough there. It's a little bit telegraphed. And they're proper. Is it proper or Proctor? I couldn't see the back of his shirt. Pogba in possession here. Mason Greenwood comes inside here. Back to Paul Pogba. It's Bruno in the half space. He's going to cross this ball. He does. It's a really good cross. Duffy there makes the interception. Martial was sitting there behind him. Look at this. 3 minutes in and already United have put 3 or 4 dangerous balls into the box of Brighton. Brighton cannot continue to play like this. They will get absolutely slapped if they don't stop this Man United attack. Pogba there to Bruno. Ball's been lost. Going to try and play out from the back here, Brighton, which is very brave of them, but we know they like to play ball on the ground, Potter. Ball's played long. Maguire will tidy that up. Nice. Oh, his chest down is taken out. That isn't a foul. If referee gives it, oh, come on, referee. That's a disgraceful decision. Lindelof gives a foul away here. Am I excited? I'm really excited. I'm excited about the form that Man United are in. I'm excited about the fact that, you know, a good win tonight puts us into a real strong position in the league. And by the way, our record in the last couple of years at Brighton, you know, is poor. We've been slapped here. I swear the last 2 seasons we've been slapped here as well. And this would also demonstrate progression. You know, if we get beaten again badly by it, I swear, I will go and check in a second. I swear our head-to-head against Brighton here is poor. I don't think it's very good at all. Let's look at this here. At their stadium. Yeah, last season we were beaten. Yeah, we got beat 3-1 and 2-1 respectively. Last 2 years they've beaten us twice. And then, yeah, been beaten twice by them. Been beaten a couple of times anyway. I know in the last couple of years. You know, they've had good results here against us. So, yeah, no resting on laurels. 110% not doing that. Oh, Mason Greenwood played in there. Good goalkeeping in the end. So I'm just sending out some fan cam invitations here, so do bear with me. Right. Let's play ball here, United. Let's play ball now. Matic in possession. It's tough to break down. Pogba dropped really, really deep here to pick the ball up. That's what has to happen. Pogba here, oh, well over hit past there by Pogba. That goes out for a goal kick. What's people's thoughts of the opening sort of 10 minutes or so? Would love to know. Would love to know what you think and feel right now. Big night tonight for Pogba. A lot of focus on him. You always see the cameras on him. You always see people focusing on him, talking about him. Thank you, by the way, to Cam, for signing up and becoming an official member of the channel. It means a great deal to us. Thank you, my bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's Maguire. Maguire feeds the ball into Luke Shaw. It's hard at the minute. United are just not moving the ball too quick. But Brighton are making it hard. It's a case of trying to attract them on. It's okay to pass the ball slowly when you're in your own half. What you've got to look for. Oh, Matic loses the ball here. Foul given, though. Lamptey fouls him. But now there's some space to work into because the free kick was taken quickly. Luke Shaw here going down the left-hand side. He's got people closing him down. He needs some support. Matic now arrives. Matic straight into Rashford. Rashford tries to flick it around to Martial. It doesn't quite work. Brighton now got the ball back. AWB gets tackled there. That's like a Man United throw. Yeah, it's been given. Basuma there with the tackle. Here's Marcus Rashford on the left. Looking to have a run. Gets tackled, though, far too easily. That's not good enough from Rashford. Like a foul there. Foul free kick. They're going to play on here, Brighton. Good defending there by Maguire. Cleared up by Luke Shaw. Careful. AWB being pressed. It's nice to see Brighton actually come out and press here because if they press and we can push and we can pass past the press and work through it, you're then going to create openings at the other end. Do me a favor, hit the like and share button. Please download Hot Mic right about now. It'd be amazing if you could. Best app to watch your football on. Best app for your football commentary. It's free of charge, no adverts. Download it from App Store or Google Play now. Use my promo code TFT. All the information for that is inside the description below. Rashford here plays the first time ball into Martial. Can't quite make it stick. Oh, mistake at the back. Oh, that's very well done there. That is very well done by the number 24. I think, is it pronounced Proper? That was great ball work from him. He fell on the ball, but he managed to still pick himself up and move forward here. 10 minutes on the clock as it stands. United have made a few good openings. No shots as of now, but still very early on in this game. No need for anyone to be panicking or worrying. Bruno's now moved out to the left-hand side for a few moments, just trying to spread the play a little bit. Keep the Brighton defence guessing. Bruno now loses the ball. It's not sharp enough passing in there from Luke Shaw. It's a bit loose. Very good defending there from Victor Lindelof. I think a handball was given there against Connolly anyway. But good defending. Good work. Good work. Pogba pushing forward with the ball here. He has to go back, though. Really no room to pass into here. Matic, nice touch there from Martial. He's got Aaron Wan-Bissaka on his right, who he finds. That's good defending there from Basuma. It's a good tackle. That might actually look like a Brighton throw, but it was given to Man United. Basuma was very quick onto AWB there. United have got to try and switch this ball a little bit quicker. Got to start passing a little faster to catch players out of position. A little bit lethargic in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Maguire switches the play beautifully. Wan-Bissaka's touch is great. He gets it past Basuma. He'll get onto this ball. He cuts it into Greenwood here. Greenwood is running into the box. Finds Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba's got a bit of time. Pogba. Oh, Bruno Fernandes with a decent shot. Oh, I think it hit the post. I think it hit the post there. A great shot by Bruno Fernandes. Set up by Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba hits the ricocheted shot that then I think deflects and goes over. Very good play there by Manchester United. AWB brilliant. All from that pass from Maguire, really, that opened up the players. He switched it quickly. Pogba sucked him in. He shoots. Oh, he hit the post. It was the post. So close there by Bruno Fernandes. But did you see what happened? I spoke about this weeks ago. Oh, Rashford, that pass is dire. Rashford here on the right. Can he get a good cross in? Oh, he cuts inside. He's going to have a shot on his left. Oh, it's lovely by Rashford. Penalty. That looked like a penalty to me. Pogba, when he looked like he was going to shoot, he sucked 3 men in and it made Bruno free on the edge of the box. That looked like a penalty to me on Rashford, you know. No, actually, no. Looks like. I like seeing the replay. Let me see from this angle. Yes, he clipped his back leg. 100% penalty. 100%. TD says, our fan cam's locked off for United fans only. No, we're going to open them up tonight. We'll try and get a few other callers on as well. United, though, very close to taking the lead. Bruno Fernandes there hitting the post. Really good shot. But you see what I mean with the Bruno-Pogba combination. It isn't always about genius invention. It's often about the potency and the fear factor that people have for these players. Pogba attracted 3 players towards him. That opened up space for Bruno. Potency. Here goes Pogba through the middle. Drives past the central midfield. Martial into Rashford here on the left-hand side. Got to move this ball a bit quicker. Bruno picked it up. It was the first time pass he'll make out here to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, which he does. AWB. Got 2 men to get past. Plays it into Greenwood. Bruno now on the right-hand side. Dinks it inside the Pogba. Straight away, we propped her out to him. Oh, Pogba's pass. That was a little bit weak there from Pogba. That tackle from Paul Pogba. Don't dominate midfields. You don't dominate midfields. You don't dominate midfields. 4th game back here for Pogba, and he's already looking brilliant. Set up a chance that almost went in. That tackle there to retrieve the ball after he gave it away. You don't have desire. Falls. Here's Matic looking for a pass. He needs a bit of movement from his Man United teammates, though. We can't allow ourselves to become too static. Victor Lindelof, he switches the play here. It's like it's the last minute of the game. They're so deep, Brighton. They're so negative. They're so scared of Manchester United. Matic here. Back to Lindelof. Man United's entire team is in Brighton's half. They're so deep. Matic here switches that play. Lovely. It's well defended and well watched there by Basuma, who clears it with his head, but Paul Pogba picks it up. And even when you switch the play, but they win it back or clear it, you still drag players out of position. That will create space in itself. Pogba switches the play of his left peg. That's his left peg, bruv. That's his left peg, but Luke Shaw's header's poor. Trying to counter Matic. What a tackle by Nemanja Matic. Now they've put a few men forward. Let's move quickly now, Man United. Pogba here to Bruno. Sorry, not Bruno. That's Mason Greenwood. I'm very sorry. Pogba switches here. This is Bruno. He's on the left-hand side. He's got Luke Shaw on the inside. He's got Rashford on the outside. He finds Rashford, who's very wide here on the left-hand side. Plays the ball to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw cracks it back. It's good defending there. But again, we haven't had the volume of shots I'd want, but we can pass our way through that defence. And if you keep up this pressure, if you keep up this intensity, it will pay you dividends. It will pay you dividends. Rashford now back on the ball. Finds Matic. Back to Lindelof. Lovely. Look at that drop of the shoulder there by Greenwood. Greenwood's running in. Step over. Greenwood. Goal! It's Greenwood! Greenwood gets his goal! Man United take the lead! Oh, we're back, baby! We're back, baby! We're back, baby! Man United are back! Mason Greenwood is back in the goals again! Oh, baby! Yes! Absolutely brilliant! Absolutely brilliant there. Let's go through this goal again. The ball's played out here. It's Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka with another assist, by the way. He plays it into Mason Greenwood. Step over, step over, step over. Shot, bang. Beats the goalkeeper at his near post. It's 1-0 Man United. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I told you what was going to happen. I told you what Man United are about. I told you that Man United are back. Flying here. Mason Greenwood gets his first goal back after lockdown. Another Premier League goal for him. One of the best teenagers on the planet. Absolutely great goal. It really, really is. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now let's go again. We've got the early goal I was talking about. Brighton are now going to have to open up and come out. They really are. And listen, rivals, stop crying. Stop being upset. You know we're back. You know we're back. You know we're on the way. You know what we're about. 1-0. By the way, it's 2 assists in 2 Premier League games on the bounce now for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's on the way forward. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That goal was amazing. Truly, truly amazing. Absolutely buzzing about that. Absolutely buzzing about that, man. There we go. Absolutely buzzing about that. So happy. Mason Greenwood. What a teenager. What a teenager. What a teenager we have in our hands here. Brilliant. What a teenager we have in our hands. There we go. United coming forward again here. It's Matic. It's lovely pass into... Oh, Rashford pass slightly over hit there. But it's just the right thing. It's forward thinking. It's positivity at all times here from Manchester United. It really, really is. It's wonderful, wonderful to see. It's really wonderful to see. Here goes Martial. He's bursting forward. Martial. Oh, he goes looking for Greenwood again there. Can't quite find him. Rashford here. Plays it to Pogba. Pogba. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick to Man United in the dangerous area here. That's going to be a booking as well. It's going to be a booking as well. Bruno and Rashford standing over this. It looks like Bruno's going to be taking it. Bruno looks like he's going to hit it. It's an interesting one. Maybe it's a little easier from here. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's over the bar. Not a badly hit shot, though. I always love the anger he has when he doesn't score. Do you know what's amazing? Liverpool fans are actually tweeting me because I said, just because I tweeted out saying Wan-Bissaka with another assist, they're all getting upset and angry. Imagine getting upset and angry about a player getting an assist. Because again, that's the worst. This is the thing with people when they push their agendas. Their worst fears is they see a 21-year-old, 22-year-old start to get better. So, oh, Jesus, we said he was trash. If he starts getting better, then what's... You know, that's the only argument. He doesn't create enough. Oh, lovely pass from Matic. Sets Rashford away. Rashford is running down this left-hand side. He's got a lot of room to run into here. Martial's making a nice little run. Martial picks the ball up. He's in the box with it. It's very well defended. That's going to be a corner to Man United. Very well defended there by Lewis Dunk. Very well defended indeed. Oh, I love seeing people get angry over Man United doing well again. And there's a long way for us to go, but it just shows the fear that people have. Bruno Fernandes standing over this ball, 22 minutes in. Drinks break will probably come after this corner. It's whipped in. Oh, Harry Maguire gets his head to it. Goes just wide, though. I think they'll call a drinks break now. But it's a really good start to this game by Manchester United. You know, being very, very dominant. Not had a great deal of shots. I mean, overall, like it wasn't like we were peppering their goal with shots, but loads of great openings, loads of great opportunities. 4 shots to their 1. In terms of chances created, Wan-Bissaka with 1 that was an assist, and of course Paul Pogba with another. We've hit the post in this game as well. Really, really happy with that from Man United fans' point of view. And, as far as Mason Greenwood is concerned, I mean, just another goal for him in his young, fledgling Manchester United career. Just excellent. Absolutely excellent. I think it's his 6th goal in the Premier League. Absolutely excellent season that he's having. Just have a look at it again here. He hits the ball so early, it just catches goalkeepers off guard all the time. This drink break thing's starting to get on my nerves now. If it's as cold as it is today and wet and rainy, it's stupid. It just stalls momentum. I find it really frustrating that they do that. I really do. Do me a big favour, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit the like button. Please hit the share button as well. Really, really important to us that you get that done for the channel. And please download Hot Mic as well. It's available for you for free. Please get it downloaded. Please come and support us. We know how much you guys support us massively all the time, but we could just do with a little bit more help. Be amazing if you could. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All the information for Hot Mic is in the description below. Very good start to this game by Man United. I would love a second goal in this first half. It wouldn't completely kill it, but it would really just, put the cat amongst them pigeons. Lovely touch and turn there by Mason. He puts the ball out here to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Takes one touch. He's gonna go for this himself, and he falls over. He gets the cross in, but it's blocked. It looked a bit funny there, to be fair, AWB. Pogba picks the ball up. Mason's still looking a little hurt. Here goes AWB. He's driving. He's going to get another cross, and he cuts it back to Mason. Mason intelligently pushed the ball back there because he was going to lose it. He's in a bit of pain here. He's just trying to shake this off. Here's Matic. Matic, the new Michael Carrick, looking brilliant out there today. Here goes Rashford. He's looking for a bit of time and space and room. Oh, that's a great pass out wide. Oh, AWB's touch there. Got to criticise things when you see them when they're bad. That was poor. That was a poor touch there. They've got to stay strong here. Got to stay strong. Got to stay big. Bit of a count. Look at Pogba. Oh, look at Pogba and AWB are running back there. AWB puts in that tackle. Just brilliant. It's literally, I just don't worry when anyone's running down that side anymore because in Pogba tracking back as well. People, don't work. Working hard tonight. United looking brilliant. Looking for our 3rd win on the bounce. Unbeaten since January. Matic moving forward here. Nice. Victor Lindelof picks the ball up. He's got AWB down the wing with him. Oh, look at this run by Victor Lindelof. Maguire win this header easy. Lovely. Azza. That's quality. That's what Harry Maguire's about, mate. That's what Harry Maguire's about. Here's Paul Pogba. Back to Matic. Slowing the pace down for a few minutes. Fine. It's okay to slow the pace down as long as we know how to accelerate it again. Matic finds Mason, who drops a little deep here. Mason right now is deeper than AWB. Shows how confident we are to go forward at the moment. We know that Brighton are going to stick every... See, Brighton as well, they're not even looking to try and equalise yet. Brighton are sitting to look back and try and keep it at 1-0 for as long as possible. So that's why that second goal is... So second goal, and then we can just counter-attack and pepper them. Maguire coming forward. Maguire looks for a ball out to Mason. It's a superb pass out to Mason Greenwood. Mason Greenwood tries to head the ball back to AWB. What a pass. What? Did you see that pass from Harry Maguire? My centre-back, bruv. There's only one other centre-back in the Premier League that could make that pass. And Harry Maguire is one of them. The other guy's Virgil van Dijk, we know is the best. But that was a serious pass. Matic out here to Luke Shaw. Rashford making a run down the channel. Creates that space in the middle. Rashford now on the ball. Plays it back into Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's in. Can he square it? He does. Oh. Paul Pogba's going to pick the ball. Luke Shaw's been a nightmare tonight. Bruno shoots this time. And here's the goal! It's Bruno! It's Bruno! 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 That's 2-0 to Manchester United Football Club. We're back, baby. We're back. Lap it up, baby. We're back in the mix. We're back on top. We're on fire. We're on fire. We are back. We are Manchester United. Oh, no. Luke Shaw's offside. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. I think he's been played on by a man above him. But we'll see what happens. Surely there was... Oh, I don't know. Let's see what VAR says. I haven't seen it. It might be disallowed. It might be disallowed. But that same thing again. Bruno into Pogba. It literally suckered the man in. Look, Pogba's here on the ball. Two players run to him. They leave Bruno free. Bruno can shoot. It's just brilliant. You literally can't... There's nothing you can say about it. It's brilliant. I'll tell you why it's brilliant. I said this. I predicted it. You can't mark them both. You can't shut them both down. You leave space. You leave holes. Game restarted. It's a goal, baby. It's a goal, baby. Another Pogba assist and another Bruno goal. Told everyone, man. Told everybody what was going to happen. Brighton now have got to come out. They've now got to try and push forward. They've got to try and get themselves back into the game. They've been very negative. They've been very... they look very disillusioned as well at the same time. This is going to be an interesting sort of 15 minutes before half-time. They start to come out. United might be able to pick them up and get a third, completely kill the game off. Or Matic loses out the ball here. So good. Look at that. There he is. There he is to come in and recover. Trying to come in and recover. Does a great job again. Gets the block in. Bruno with another goal from open play. Another assist for Paul Pogba. Absolutely brilliant. But we literally nearly scored from that earlier on in the game. And it's... I go back. I showed some footage before from a game from the Everton game. And I showed how when Bruno had the ball and was running forward for a shot, he was sucking all these midfielders and defenders into him because of his potency. And I said that when you add him and Pogba together... It will happen in abundance, and it has happened it's happened twice tonight, and you're going to see this more and more. And the more they score, and the more they create, the more this will happen, because the fear factor will return. Teams will sit deeper. Teams will, we can't leave Pogba alone. Oh, but what about Bruno? Oh, there he is. Boom. And if you close them both out, look who else we got on the pitch. Corner here to Brighton, cleared there by Lindelof, only partially.
In terms of Maguire.
I'm actually going to download the picture that I was talking about. I'm actually going to download it and put it on the screen for you because I did this and I spoke about it. What these two would do as a collective together and how it would work. So happy about this, man. United are back. United are back. Oh, Rashford does well to keep that in. Do you know what, though? Big shout out to Luke Shaw in the build-up for that second goal. He's got in on the left-hand side so many times in this game. He's been so dangerous. He really, really has. So impressed with him. What are your comments saying here? Brighton are so effing rubbish. Why the hell are they not playing Trossard instead of that? Well, it's because they know they were going to get slapped tonight. They're reserving their player energies. That's all it's about. It's fear factor, baby. It's fear factor, baby. It's fear factor. Don't have a go at Brighton because Man United are so goddamn amazing. Man United are back. We're back with a vengeance. We're here. We're here, baby. We're here, baby. It's over. It's over for the Premier League now. We're coming back. It's going to take another year or so of building, but Man United are back. And that's hurting people. People's feelings right now. There are people that have just won major trophies and they're scared, bruv. They're scared, bruv. They're scared. It's crazy. Imagine that. Imagine being Premier League champions but being scared of Man United now. Lovely there by Maguire. Great defending from him. Dinks the ball into Rashford. I don't know why Rashford went back to him like that, but that's put Harry Maguire under a bit of pressure. Maguire has to boot it away. If in doubt, get it out. Get this ball under now, Man United. Matic will be fine here. It's gone out. That's fine. Happy days. La 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 la. Oh baby, it's so beautiful. It's a thing of beauty. This. It's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. United playing out deeply. Look how high Brighton are now pressing now that they're 2-0 down. See, Brighton should have. If Brighton were doing this earlier, it might be different. We still opened up. We can't break teams down with the low block. We can now. Martial here, back to Paul Pogba. Pogba switches the play ahead of Luke Shaw. He's got Rashford out to his left. There's a bit of space now because they pushed the press so high from the beginning. Brighton passed through some of it. Rashford, oh, he goes for a pass. That was an interesting pass that Rashford was going for there. The strength there from the manager. Amazing. Rashford here, he's back to goal. Being put under a lot of pressure there by Montoya. Rashford just holding possession. It's fine. Let's go back to Harry. And let's move forward. Yes. United fans, what's your thoughts and feelings on this game so far? Tyrone says, Man United need to be able to keep hold of Paul Pogba now. Exactly. We do. Ball played long there. Rashford picks it up. It did look like handball, but it hasn't been given. One more goal United in this first half. Can you imagine 3 goals in one half? I did predict 4-0, you know. Could happen. Brighton are in two minds. You can tell Brighton are in two minds. They want to have a go and they want to attack, but they don't want to get a slap. And Arsenal fans, you know Arsenal fans are at home and they're crying about this right now. You know Arsenal fans are sitting at home thinking, we got battered by Brighton. And United are making this look easy. It's because there's levels to this game. Absolute levels. Absolute levels. Oh, given away there by Brighton. Mason Greenwood here to Bruno. Bruno back to Pogba. United trying to pounce here. Really good sort of track back and defending there from Brighton. They got themselves back into position very quickly. It's great hard work. Great work from them there. Here's Luke Shaw on the left. Ball's played inside here. Maguire. Look at that. Every Man United player in their own half. Maguire switches the play outside wide again. Good touch there from AWB. United are just looking for that third goal here. Kill the game off with the third goal. End it. Over. Then we go home. Maguire. Rashford. Rashford gets it down. He's having a little drive here. Rashford's going to shoot. Ooh. Didn't get no swerve on that. Not a good connection. Just not the right accuracy and placement there. But when you're 2-0 up, start having some pops, boys. Start having some pops at goal. A few people, Strange here says, Terry, Pogba and Bruno are a match made in heaven. It's a thing of beauty, isn't it? It's a rare thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. It's a rare thing of beauty. And I just couldn't be happier. Brighton are in big trouble here. They get out of it well. It's going to be a throw-in, though. They're all over the place. They're raggedy. They're raggedy, bruv. Raggedy. Sky. Oh, when I die and allow me to rest, I'm gonna go on the piss with Georgie Best. Hey, there we go, United. And you know what? I said it would take 3 games for us to really click, to get fit and be flying. And we're starting to see it today. Oh, Mason gives the ball away there, though. Just to say it. But then he comes back and wins the ball back in a tackle, and that's what it's all about. Hard work. Pogba pass to Bruno. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did you see that pass? How it threaded? Oh, my, like knife through butter. Here goes Rashford. He goes back to Bruno. Back to Rashford again. Rashford. Into Bruno. Bruno, what a pass by Bruno into Martial. It's well defended there by Dunk. Brighton are now going to try and break out from the back. Foul here given. They're looking to play on, not giving. That pass from Pogba. Ha! Ha, ha, ha! Was the thing of beauty. To the place that I love, to Old Trafford, to see United. Take me home, United Road. Couple of minutes until half-time. I do need to have a quick toilet break at the end of this at half-time. But what's your thoughts and feelings on the performances so far? Bruno Fernandes is overrated, to be honest. Pogba is the only world-class player at United. Bruv, man's played 8 games and he has 7 goal contributions. If that's overrated, give me 11 of them, baby. Give me 12. Give me 13 of them. We'll lap that up, bruv. If that's overrated, cool. Imagine thinking that bothers Man United fans. It's overrated. It's overrated. It's overrated. He is overrated. I don't know why anybody likes him. He's played 8 games and he's only scored 4 goals and created 3. He's overrated. So. The wheel. That's lovely football. Rashford into Martial. Martial takes it away from him slightly. Mason here. We should have done better from that moment there. We should have done better from that point there. I'll just send a little tweet as I was doing that. That's lovely football again. Pogba now picks it up. Pogba. Great football. It's well defended in the end. United should have done. Martial should have done better there from that pass into him. That's a foul there. Greenwood will get booked for that. Doesn't need to get himself booked there, but he will pick up a booking for that, no doubt. United coming forward again here. Sorry, I had a bit of social media work to do here. AWE plays in Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba here. The lazy's cross. Paul Pogba's skill is just silky. Bruno crosses. Oh, it's not a great cross from Bruno, to be fair. Yeah, this is how you know the levels of Bruno Fernandes. If every pass, and Pogba, if every pass, if every shot, if every cross isn't perfect, they get ridiculed by the rivals. That's how you know. That's how you know, bruv. 110%. Couple of minutes of added on time. What a brilliant first half we have just seen there. What a brilliant first half we have seen. Just absolutely brilliant. No doubt about it whatsoever. Man United fans, you want to phone the show at halftime. Rivals, you want to phone the show at halftime. We'll get that done. We'll get you on the air. Lovely switch of play here. Here's Rashford. Literally with a minute or so to go. Can we just deliver one more bit of brilliant before the end of this first half? Rashford to Luke Shaw. Bruno, the movement there by Bruno is brilliant. See, that movement causes havoc. Bruno is now in possession of the ball. He's got Rashford with him. We've got a minute to go in this first half. Let's go for goal. Let's just work something out here. Nice and patient. Score another goal here. End the half the way we've begun it brilliantly. Is Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's going to look to cross this ball. The movement from Bruno is just sublime. He's got all those quality. Oh, Rashford goes to put the ball for his legs there. Foul given. It's a really bad tackle there from Montoya. Rashford fouled quite heavily. Free kick will be the last bit of action of this first half. As I say, we want to hear from you. Bruno Fernandes is going to take this free kick. Go for a cheeky little shot. Go for a cheeky little shot, Bruno. Go for a little shot. I would. I'd go for a cheeky little shot, you know. That shot come cross. It's delivered in. Oh, it's actually really poor. And that's half time, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Rivals. Do you know about non-Man United fans that'll end up leaving this channel soon because they'll be like, I'm not staying here. I'm not going to stay here anymore if United are going to be so good. Rivals can't take it. Rivals are crying, baby. Crying. Absolutely impeccable. Impeccable first half display by Manchester United. Mason, Bruno stepping up, delivering. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's going to do a little message out here. A little video out here to Twitter. 1 second. We are back. I need to do this. One sec, peeps. Sorry, peeps, but I've got to do it. I've got to do this. I've got to capture this. 1 second. Just here in the Football Terrace studio, and I have to just say, United looks sublime tonight. The Bruno Pogba combination is a rare thing of beauty. Matic is holding the midfield brilliant. Luke Shaw, props. Absolute props to Luke Shaw. He's out there, and he's a terror down the left-hand side. He really is. AWB with another assist. But it's the Bruno and Pogba show for me more than anything else. Their movement, their link-up play, their togetherness is amazing. And if you see the goal we scored, we also hit the post with the exact same movement. Pogba has the ball. He attracts players to him like a moth to a light. When Bruno has the ball, the same thing. That creates space, room, and time for the other. And it's just brilliant. And United have got to still get better. There's still more room for improvement. But Man United are back. And listen, if you never thought there was a system before, just say your sorries now. Sit down and enjoy this brilliant, brilliant Manchester United. There we go. Sorry, boys and girls. Had to just get that out. Had to get that out. Terry waffling. Which fan is happy when the rival is doing good? Madman. Oh, listen. I'm cool. But I said, like, quitting the channel. I'm not going to watch anymore if you're not going to lose. That's different from not being happy. And anyone who's saying stop gas it, phone the show and tell me why I shouldn't gas it. Show me another time since Fergie retired where we've had a 14-game run like this, not off of a new manager bounce, but a 14-game run like this where we look so brilliant and we're only getting better. There we go. But listen, keep tuning in. I'm going to be back in a few moments with you. I'm just going to run myself to that bathroom. 2 seconds, I'll be back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Sorry, I had to take a little comfort break there. 2-0 to Man United. I want to hear from you right now. Call the show on Skype. I want to know what you're thinking and feeling on that. United killing it. 2-0 up, looking amazing. Sasha, welcome to the show. United 2-0 up at half-time. Give me your views and opinions. Sasha. You gonna speak? Bottled it. Bottled it. Someone else call up and give us a call. Someone else give us a bell. Come on, have your say. On Skype, all the information is in the description below. By the way, let's go with the hot mic here. Come on, United, what Resistance says. Look at that. Everyone's loving it over there, mate. Everyone's loving it over there. Make sure you go and download Hot Mic right now. All the information is there in the description below. That's the app. It's amazing. Go check it out. Get yourselves involved. Just brilliant. Just brilliant. James here says you can end up slapping these 8-0. I doubt that, but I think we'll do well. TD in the house. What you saying, bro? What do you make of Man United's display?
It looks so comfortable, Terry. Like Brighton have been absolutely shocking in the first half, and that's down to Bruno and Pogba doing what Bruno and Pogba do.
Yeah.
And it's quite an amazing performance by Man United, considering that they have, obviously, as you said, they haven't won here for quite some time. So
yeah. No, mate, I agree. And look, you know, we had a bad run of form here, but the difference in us now is just brilliant. We're a completely different team to what we were. And it's interesting. I was watching the replays here. The Man United shape that I demonstrated in my video a few weeks ago about last week, about Ollie's style of play. You can literally see the shape that I talk about on a regular basis, where the number 10 is, where the wide players are. Anybody that acts like there is no system is off. What I need after tonight's game is not an apology to everything Ollie's good enough to win us Premier League titles. Any Man United fan still claiming there is no system, there is no plan, there is no style of play is a liar. Because it's there. It's as clear as the nose upon the end of my face. We're joined by a man like Rome. What's going on, bro? Man like Rome, you there, bruv? I think you're muted yourself, bruv. I think you're on mute.
And Terry, the other thing too is...
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I got you.
You go, bro. Yeah, what's on your mind, bruv? What do you want to make? What do you make of that first half performance?
I'm cheesing, man. I'm cheesing. I don't know if I told you before, but I'm in the National Guard, so I was over at the Armory watching it on my phone, and the entire time my face was like Grinch the entire time. It was just nothing but smiles watching the game. It's a beauty. That first half was absolutely beautiful from the team.
It was.
I kept saying this from day one, man. And Nemanja Matic just perfectly complements the game of Pogba and Fernandes so much so that he needs to be in the team whenever they play.
Yeah.
It shows that today.
Mate, I agree. And do you know what's interesting? Obviously, there are a lot of rival fans who are sort of like, oh, well, you're only beating like Brighton. Why are you getting happy? You only beat Norwich the other day. Why are you happy? See, this is what they either understand it and they're completely being disingenuous, or maybe they don't get it. But these are the games, these are the teams that Man United have huffed and puffed at for 7 years, and it feels like we lose across all competitions. Between 8 to 10 games like this a season. That's how it feels. And draw many, many more of them. So in this run of form we've been on under Ollie since January, the way we battered Watford, the way we battered Sheffield United, the way we're battering these tonight, as an example. Now, you don't batter every team with performance and scoreline. We weren't doing that in that regularity. Barring Ollie's bounce when he came in, at no time under any other permanent manager at Man United since Fergie retired have we had a run of form that's now going to stretch to 15 games unbeaten, 37 goals scored, and maybe of those 15 games, 12 clean sheets. 11 clean sheets. We haven't had a run of form like this. I keep seeing people go, oh, we've done this before. Don't get it. We haven't done this since Fergie. We literally haven't played like this since Fergie. Facts.
We haven't. And I tell you what, if you remember when Ole just started, he was playing this 4-3-3, if you will, similar to what we have now, with Herrera playing where Fernandes were. And, you know, Fernandes came in January, and what he's done, he's almost like a hybrid of Herrera, where he's still playing that midfield role of creating and going back, playing that kind of I call it the semi-number 8, where he's creating and tackling as well. But also he's having that goal threat as well. So he's that hybrid of Hande Herrera that we all were screaming for. And that's in that 10-game running streak when Solskjaer just came back, when Solskjaer started. And now we're going on a run. And believe me, had we had this team in January, bro, I promise you would have been farther up in the tables, because we would have been beating these teams. The losses that we endured earlier this season would have never happened. We would have been beating these teams dead right out.
Mate, I agree, and this is the thing with football and life in general. Like we don't live in a world where we can, like, you're faced with what you're faced with as an example. But I completely agree with you, and it's why I came out and apologized so much when it came to when it came to lockdown, talking about the football, because I just started watching the games back, and I realized, you know what, we were in the right positions, we had the ball, we had the possession, but we just didn't have the quality of personnel to go out there and deliver. And as soon as we addressed that, as soon as we got the players that were needed, suddenly we were in a position where we're looking great again. And we saw that Bruno is excellent, but we also, all of us knew that as soon as Paul Pogba returned to this team as well, it was going to be next level. We're joined here by Carl from that United family and the full-time Devils. Mate, what are you making of this display? I'm sitting here positively purring, mate.
What am I making of it?
Yeah.
Mate, how good's this?
Exactly.
Well, it's the best I won't say the best I've ever seen us play, but it's been mint, mate. Considering last week where people are complaining on your fan cams, by the way, I messaged you, didn't I? People complaining about the style of play and the system, mate. That people don't understand. There was 8 changes last week, and you put our best 11 out, and look at the difference,
mate. And do you know what?
Against a better team as well, they mind.
Yeah, of course. And the thing is, I watched last game. I always watch games back afterwards. I do it because of what we do on YouTube. I think it's important to watch things back and perspective and everything. And I watched the games back, and I kind of sat back and thought to myself, we dominated. We just were a little bit unlucky in front of goal when you watch it back without kind of, like, hindsight's obviously a very, very lucrative commodity as an example, but we dominated the proceedings. But this style of play and this no system and no plan is nonsense. I've just sat here screenshotting the 3 or 4 main opportunities in that first half, and the system and the patterns of play and the shape we take up. It's all identical to the 2 or 3 tactical videos I've done all over the course of lockdown and recently that show our system, that show our shape. Now, if we're in the same position in multiple games with different players on the pitch across multiple months, to deny there's a shape and a system it's a lie. I mean, do they magically does freestyle football, if they were really going out there and doing what they wanted to do with no training, would they really always magically find the same space and find the same positions? It doesn't make any sense to me. But what it is people that didn't like Ollie, and I wanted Ollie out, and I put my hands up. They didn't want to do what I've done and admit they got it wrong. They're just going to keep batting. All they're waiting for are the mistakes and the slip-ups. And they actually care more about Man United losing now than they do Man United winning. And I think that's the shame for me here, that they're almost not going to enjoy this evening. And what they're going to be doing is they're almost hoping for a mini comeback from Brighton so they can say, told you, Ollie ain't good. I know it. I know they are. They literally want their own club to lose so they can say they're right. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Terry, can I just raise a point as well? And the 3 points I want to make. The first one being that I was never at any stage was I saying that Ollie wasn't good enough. Never at any stage did I wanted him out. I knew that I saw, and I've watched the Man United games, and I saw that there was a pattern of play. I saw what Bruno and Pogba were going to do that once they came into your team when they came in January. And I was just patient and just biding my time. I'm not one of those deluded fans that comes on here and says Man United shit and just rants all the time. I'm a bit like yourself.
But you're an Arsenal fan. But you're an Arsenal fan. So with all due respect, even if you don't think Ollie's good enough, I care about your personal opinion, mate. Because you call the show, you contribute. But it doesn't matter to me. What I'm more annoyed about, and I don't care if you have an agenda. You're a rival. You should have an agenda. My issue are Man United fans who are clearly getting it wrong, who won't admit that they're getting it wrong. They're going to double down, triple down, quadruple down, but they're going to end up dying on the hill. And the worst bit is, if you're truly a Man United fan, put your hands up, go, I think I got this wrong, and then sit back and enjoy it. Because you can't enjoy it if you're spending all your time looking for little nitpicky nuances to have a go at the team with. You can't enjoy it. And why would you not want to enjoy your team having a brilliant run of 15 games? Why would you not want to enjoy that wholeheartedly? The only time you wouldn't want to enjoy it is if you're pretending on social media to be a Man United fan. That's it. It's the only way.
That's the thing, though. They're all doing it for likes on Twitter. So it's not necessarily to say these guys are genuine fans that want to see the team win and want to be able to build a platform for themselves so they can make money off of it. That's what it is. So I don't really pay much attention to these guys because, number one, when I realize that, you know, your team is winning, but yesterday you're finding nitpicky things to, you know, pick on just because, you know, you want to make sure that you get the other side of the fan base who can give you a few likes, a couple retweets, and some follows on Twitter. That's not really people that I follow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Terry, just before I go, mate, before I go to watch the rest of the game, just I want to say the narrative, mate, gets clicks. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what drives people nowadays. Social media and sport, mate. The negative narrative gains clicks, and that's why people drive it so hard.
Mate, no, I do hear that. I do hear that, and I suppose my job isn't, you know, I'm kind of people that want to do that. Cool. I'm not really bothered about them as people. I'm more bothered about the people that get suckered in by it. And you know, that are not doing it for their reasons. They're not even on socials in that way. I get worried about them because it's like, why would you bog yourself down with this? But listen, boys, I appreciate you all coming and having your say. Let's go and enjoy the second half, and I'll chat to you all again soon, all right?
Good luck, Terry.
Cheers, lads. Cheers, boys. Take care. Bye-bye. Really good points made there by people. Pogba loses the ball there in the middle. One sec, peeps. They've got to try and come forward a lot more in the second half now. Now, United do need to be good in this second half. Can't be affording to go out there and start conceding goals. Can't be doing that. There we go. Remember, we're going to be doing live all the goal show of fan cams after the game. So make sure you're tuning in for that, please. But I'm actually hoping Brighton do come out here in the second half now and have a really good attack, really have a go at Manchester United, because it'll make it an entertaining second half and also give us some more space and time at the back. Well blocked there by Matic. Luke Shaw kind of penned in, gets the throw in for United, and we move forward from there. But there we go. Foul given here. It's free kick to Brighton. Fairly dangerous area. Oh, I thought it was Matic that fouled. It was actually Luke Shaw. Pogba and Bruno as a word is just trending. All right, let's go United now. A few minutes into the second half. Let's settle. Let's find our feet. It's Maguire's ball. Ah, you get Maguire. Lovely. Matic brings it down. Oh, he switches the play beautifully there. Sets Mason Greenwood away on a counter-attack. Here's Mason Greenwood with lots of room to run into on the left. He dinks the ball over. It's Fernandez! Oh, it's Bruno, baby! And Mason Greenwood with the assist. Absolutely brilliant by Manchester United Football Club again. We're back, baby. We're back, baby. Oh, there he is. Did you see that goal? Did you see that goal? And by the way, Harry Maguire jumps up, bang, with the header. Absolutely amazing. Matic with that ball out, which was just absolutely world class. And then there he is, the young man, the pretender. He ain't really a pretender, he's the real deal. He crosses the ball and there's Bruno Fernandes scoring goals. And I told you this man was the real deal. I told you about the amount of goals he was going to score in the Premier League. I told you about his potency. I told you he's the best attacking midfield player in the English Premier League. And he's already hushing you man up. I told you what it was all about. Listen to me, I don't make claims for clicks. I don't make claims for this and claims for that. I speak the truth. Bruno Fernandes is the real deal. Mason Greenwood is the real deal. Man United are back. We're on fire. We're flying. We are flying. Absolutely flying now. And that was Man United of old. That was Man United of old, bruv. Let me just tell you that now. That was a goal from the ages, brother. Goal from the ages. The ages. A goal from the ages. A goal from the ages. That's it. You can't... It's just absolutely brilliant. And I'm sorry, I know people don't like it. I know people hate Man United doing well. Leave them, bruv. Calm down, it's Brighton. No. Brighton beat us, 2 years on the bounce? We've been slapped by teams like this. We've been slapped by teams like this for a long, long time. For a long time, teams like this have slapped Manchester United Football Club and not anymore. You know, members, by the way, members of the channel, I want to show you a little something in a second here. You got the Bruno Fernandes emoji. We've got to get that up. I'm adding Mason Greenwood now as well. I'm adding Mason Greenwood. We've actually got 2 spare emoji spaces left. There he is, Bruno, baby. Get your Bruno Fernandes emojis. Get your Man United emojis. Let's go, baby. Let's go get number 4, man. Let's go get number 4. Let's go kill this. Let's go kill this. Let's go do us, baby. Forget everyone else. Forget the haters. Forget everybody. Just such, it's beautiful. Genuinely, genuinely beautiful. And that goal. Just amazing. There we go. Sorry, peeps. It's not about chilling, bruv. You don't tell me to chill when we're slapping a team 3-0 with 52 minutes to go. Please. Why would I chill? It's amazing. It's amazing. And by the way, big shout out to Matic for that pass again. Got to big him up for that pass. It was amazing. Good clearance from Maguire from the header, but that pass from Matic was just out of this world. Out of this world. It truly, truly was. Oh, just amazing. You know, when you see these things, I'm over the moon with it. Over the moon with it. I truly couldn't be happier with the way we're playing today. And then just, things are always made better when you score those great kind of goals. When you score those kind of goals, man. You know, the great thing is now, what we can go and look to do as a football team, what Ollie can now do is just make a few substitutions, can bring some people off, can, rest a few people up. It's the way. Yeah. Do you know what I think is interesting as well when it comes to, again, there's loads of good performances tonight, and the Bruno Pogba combination is just brilliant. But, scoring a brace, we can't look past that in terms of quality. And I always knew that Bruno would have a good impact on this team. I always knew what a solid player that he was. What I didn't anticipate is the overarching quality that he has. I didn't expect him to have this much of an impact on the overall team. And we just look like a completely different side, a completely different animal, a completely different beast when it comes to this. We really, really do. It's a thing of beauty. It's a real thing of beauty to watch, and I'm privileged to have him at my football club. I now want the clean sheet more than anything else. And that's what I want more than anything now is the clean sheet. More than actual additional goals now. I want that clean sheet. Because the clean sheets are the difference. Go on, Bruno, have a shot. Oh, Fernandez's pass is not good enough. Brighton are now trying to come forward again. They've got a man over in the box. They get the cross right. David De Gea's too easy for David De Gea. Even with David De Gea past his best at the moment, you ain't getting past the man with stuff like that. You're just not. What some of these comments here saying? Oh, look at all the anger. Look at all the angry rivals. Oh, wow. Did any Man United fan here actually think Bruno Fernandes would improve the team as much as he did? Do you know what? Like I said, I knew how good he was. I didn't know that he'd elevate everybody else in the same way, but he has done. And Pogba and Rashford returning has gone next levels. It's just elevated everybody. It's elevated everybody. Good tackle there by Pogba, but he gives away a foul there for pulling the man back. Probably was a foul, to be fair. Just beautiful. Free kick here in the dangerous area. Got to defend this well. So great reverse pass. Oh, they nearly scored. That's a really good bit of football there by Brighton. They're unlucky not to get a goal there. We're going to sit here and be really honest and open that they were unlucky not to. They're very unlucky not to score there. Very, very unlucky indeed. Very unlucky indeed. Over here on Hot Mic, what's being said? He definitely looks better than I imagined. Yeah, listen, look, everyone can get things wrong. And if you're a Man United fan and you didn't think Bruno Fernandes would be that good, cool. Just say you didn't and then enjoy it. Like, you get all these people that are desperate for him to fail and will slag off their team, when they, good, I can have a go at him now. I'm happy that he's doing badly. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being that guy? That guy who is happy when your team plays badly because it means you were right. Weirdo. Absolute weird. I don't care if anyone gets offended by me saying that. You're a weird. You're not a fan of your football club. That's what I would say. You're not a fan of your football club. Not a real one. Not a passionate one. Listen, if every prediction I made came wrong, but it meant Man United were winning, I'd be happy. Do you know what I mean? E-Boss says here, the fact that you're responding shows that it gets to you. What gets to me? Listen, I respond to my viewers because you guys spend your time tuning into my shows, especially someone like you. You're one of my moderators, bro. So, of course, I'm going to respond to you. Why would I ignore one of my moderators? But, you know, you guys can keep the hate coming. It isn't going to, like, and I think I've, you know, what I said about Bruno Fernandes, now maybe he won't keep it up. If we look at Bruno Fernandes in the Premier League now, right? It's 8 games, right? 5 goals, 3 assists, and, you know, he's creating 2 chances per game. That's like 15, 16 chances created. That's colossal. It's colossal. So people can say what they want. It's not going to bother me. Imagine me being upset and bothered about banter that don't even make sense, or like criticism. People can call Brighton weak. This is the same team that battered us here last season. Battered us last season. Pogba wins it. Oh, I think Man United needs to look at making some subs as well in a minute. We can now afford to rest 3 or 4 players. Oh, Pogba's loose pass there is given away. Opportunity for a counter-attack. Don't want us to concede. And that's also why I think a substitution might come in handy. Some fresh legs, some players that are really going to want to, or Mope's pass is telegraphed there. Bruno Fernandes brings it away. He plays Rashford in down the left. Rashford has got a lot of room to manoeuvre into and run into here. He really does. Oh, that's not good enough there by Rashi. Terry, what's a successful season for Man United? From this point, a trophy in top 4, I would walk away from and say, yeah, I would look at that as success from where we started, what we are, and how the season begun. I would take that as success. I think Bruno Fernandes is being substituted off now. Absolutely brilliant performance from him. Man of the match display again. It's another man of the match performance for Bruno Fernandes. He's only played a handful of games to the club. Absolutely out of this world. Out of this world. Oh, you're talking to KSI? All right, fair enough, cool. Williams on as well. Is that Luke Shaw that came off? I assume it was. Yeah, obviously Luke Shaw, and remember, Luke Shaw and Bruno played the whole 120 odd minutes the other day as well. I just want to be there for you. Oh, I'm so happy. Happy, happy. Oh, I can't wait for these fan cams, bruv. Mason here switching the play. It's a lovely pass. Matic, he's had a great game so far. You know, so another 10 minutes and we get the Matic's and Pogba's off the field of play. If that hasn't already happened. Is Pogba still on? No, Pogba's will come off as well, actually, to be fair. And that's fair dues. I didn't see him come off. Pereira's come on for him. And that's fine. Take those players off. Fit ready for the next game at the weekend. You know, Pogba gets his assist. Another top performance from him in the Man United shirt. Lovely. Here's Mason Greenwood. He's turning. He's running. He's got options here. He finds AWB. Goes on the inside. Goes on the outside. Can he get the cross in? He does. It's a decent cross. Williams! Oh, another opportunity created in the game by Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Good defending in the end. But AWB is becoming a menace. He's becoming an absolute menace down that side. He really is. He really is. Corner here to Man United. Opportunity here for Man United. Ball's whipped in. It's cleared. Just nice now. It's nice just to be able to sit down and watch the last 20 minutes of this game. I'm not even going to really interact on social media with anybody. I'm just getting a few things ready for the stream. But it's nice just to sit back, relax, and watch the game because the game's over. Yeah, Pogba, Bruno, Luke Shaw came off in case anyone was wondering. It's the right substitutions to make as well, really and truly, with where we are in the game. Pogba's just bigger, better, stronger than he was, now that he's over that injury. And United are being pushed back towards top 4. We're going to be a handful of points away from top 4 after tonight. It's great. It's a great thing. Little drinks break now as well. There we go. This pass from Matic, my days. Just watching that goal again, it's just brilliant. Yeah, the header from Maguire, the pass from Matic, Greenwood's run and cross. But there's a run from Rashford that brings the fullback in, or brings one of the central defenders in that creates a space. And this is what I mean by team efforts. Like, everybody was involved in that goal. Everybody was working hard. Everybody in that made it possible. And of course, Bruno Fernandes and Matic and Greenwood get the main plaudits for the beautiful passes. But the overall goal was just absolutely out of this world. It really, really was. What a signing Bruno Fernandes has been. Brighton coming forward here. 68 minutes on the clock. Oh, what a save, David De Gea. Excellent save from David De Gea there. It's a very good save there from David De Gea. Oof. It's interesting here from Brighton. Yeah, they're showing a lot of heart and a lot of character really coming forward. Oh, that's overhit pass, but there we go. See some more of your live comments coming through here. David De Gea to get dropped by Dean Henderson. Okay, fair enough. Matic was the player to bring off. Maybe. Matic will come off soon. Matic will probably come off by about the 75th minute. I think it's dangerous sometimes to make too many substitutions at once. But maybe not at 3-0. Let's see. At the moment, though, we're getting overrun a little bit. Oh, Trossard nearly scores there. United got to wake up a little bit. We've gone to sleep a little bit. And I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see us guys sleep here. I want to see us... I know we've taken off Bruno and Pogba at the same time, but we need to step up a little bit here. Let's not allow ourselves to concede any cheap goals. Giving it away again. Lovely there by Harry Maguire. Greenwood found here on the left. It's a lovely score by Greenwood. He's trying to switch this ball over to AWB. It's brilliant. AWB now plays to Rashford. Rashford, a little negative there. Goes back to Lindelof. I love watching you guys argue in the comment section. It always makes my day. Here goes Rashford down the right-hand side. He's got AWB on the inside of him. He cuts back, though. Finds Scotty Mack. Will have to be switched here. You know, I just need a bit of possession. Take any life out of Brighton, who are, of course, going to try to come back. It was probably encouraging for Brighton to see our best two players come off. Lovely there by Martial. Oh, he was giving us offside. That's a shame. Zane in the house with his super chat says, come on, Brighton. I love you, Zane. I truly love you. We've got Sly on the lines here. Sly, what do you want to say? Can you hear me, bro? Sly, speak up.
Oh, hi.
Hi, buddy. What do you want to say?
Yeah, honestly, so this is the thing, right? Like, yeah. So basically, I just got in, right? And I just checked the TV in the room, and I see that Manchester United is actually winning 3-0. Yeah. And I'm like, which year is this, man?
It's 2020, baby. It's 2020, baby. Yeah, it's
really?
It's been.
I can't believe this shit. See, I'm watching it here, man, live, man. I'm like, what the freak, man? Right?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, how, man? How is this happening? I'm watching on DAZN, though, right? In Canada, right? So I have DAZN, right? DAZN.
Yeah, DAZN. Yeah. We've got that here. Well, I've watched boxing and stuff.
Even the fights with Anthony Joshua, right? I watch Joshua, right?
Yes.
I love the UK, man.
AJ.
I listen to UK rap, man. Right?
Sweet as.
Like,
yeah, Man United have been so good this evening. Bruno and Pogba's combination amazing. Greenwood has been great. Matic has been sublime. You know, defensively we've been sound. Man. And did you see the third? Did you see the third goal?
I haven't seen anything. I literally just
wait until you see.
And I saw 3-0. I'm like, yo, what is Terry feeling right now? And the boys, right, and everybody else, right, and the girls too, right? So I'm like, yo, let me see what's going on here. I'm like, wow, this is like, it feels surreal, man. Like, I don't like it feels like I'm in my world, man. It's like money has come to my world.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yo, like, see my Jesus piece, man. Like, I believe in like good things, right? So like I spend money on like things that are like powerful, right? And this is powerful stuff, man. What the freak, man? How the freak are they doing this? Like, how long is it gonna last for, man?
Oh man, I'm not sure how long it's gonna last for, but I hope it's a while though, man. It looks, United look amazing, and Bruno Fernandes tonight is stand out for me. 2 goals from him. Waiting to see his second goal. The counter attack was just Fergie-esque.
See, I tell you one thing, right? Matic reminds me of myself.
Of you? Why?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Yo, I play. I started off playing as a goalkeeper, right?
Yeah.
And then I realized my dad also plays as a goalkeeper as well. And after that, I started playing defense. And then I started taking very good free kicks. And then I started playing central midfield, where I realized I play better as a DM. And like, I'm 31 now, right? And Matic is like, I don't know how old he is, right? But I have just that exact amount of energy, right? And I can play around properly, Like, I have like perfect touches. Like, I have very good touches, right? And I'm very quick. I have like sprints. I can sprint. But like, I don't have like, stamina to like run consistently, right?
Yeah.
But this is amazing. Like, see, this is 3. See, I didn't even believe, like, see, Mark Gorbridge says a lot of bullshit, right? Like, whether the team is bad or the team is good, he has this stupid confidence that they're gonna win. I hate that shit, man. See, so I don't like watching that guy because I think like that's so crazy. It's retarded because sometimes he has that same energy and they lose like fools, man. So I'm tired of his toxic energy, right? That's why I listen to you, right? Because you're real. And this shit, man, right, is incredible, man. Like, what the freak, man? Like, you have this right Manchester United, anticipation. See that save by De Gea right now, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man. People who criticize De Gea, right? Like, they don't, like, I don't know how they could criticize this guy, man. He isn't done yet, man.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I look at it this way. We've actually been a little bit scrappy since the substitutions, but then sometimes you go 3-0 up and it's hard to maintain. Brighton are really having a go at us now. I still think we'll score one more goal on the counter at some point. They're going to throw too many men forward. We're going to catch them on the counter and go. But
you've seen 3 goals, right? That's why your confidence is skyrocket, right? It's on another level, right? Because you've seen, like, I've seen successful days too, right? However, right, I'm like trading with caution, right? Because like this is real, is happening. Yeah, I'm in the moment still, right? But like I don't know, I don't want to try to like figure out how long this is going to last for real, man. Because like that's what I'm saying, man. My friend was like, I might be a bandwagon guy eventually because, like last year I was thinking, man, like, what is real success, man? And I was thinking to myself, man, think about it really, right? Is, what do you call it? We have wingers. We don't have wingers, man. Even Sancho is not a winger, right? He's a right midfielder and a 10, right? An attacking midfielder. Wingers are like, these guys are blistering like fast, man, and like precise, right? Like, Man City have wingers, man. Like Sterling is a winger, right? That's what I'm saying. Right?
I hear that. Like, I don't think we're looking for those winger roles, man. But listen, Sly, thank you, bro, for coming on. I appreciate your positivity, mate.
We're trying to play English soccer, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll play this this concise, prudent global brand. That's what we're trying to play right now, right? Whereby we strangle the air out of our opponents.
I hear that, bro. Listen, you take care, bro. I'll speak to you soon, my brother. All the best. Thank you. Take care. Sly is a madman, United on the counter-attack there. Do you see how Andres Pereira broke that down? You see how he broke that? How they broke that down? It's crazy. How bad he is there. I'm not even trying to be negative after a good performance, but that just shows you that just shows you the difference in quality. Zane here says, once we get Pepe, Obama, Martinelli clicking, we'll have United for dinner. The 3 Musketeers. Listen, Zane, you're falling further and further behind Manchester United. You know that, bro. Further behind us, bro. Sorry, brother. I love you, but no. Come on. I know rivals don't like Man United, but you've got to praise our performance tonight, surely. I always praise you guys. Every rival I praise when they play well. It's funny how none of you can do that for me. But then maybe that's because I'm a better person than you. Corner here. Pereira crosses it in. It's easily cleared. Zane with another super chat here says, Brighton down in tools. They feel sorry for United. Oh, Pereira just got nuts, bro. Pereira just got nuts. They're coming forward again here, Brighton. Oh, yeah, I'll see what United tried to do. We tried to play a bit of counter-attack. We just haven't been able to stop their attacks since you make all those substitutions. Lovely there by Maguire, though. Here's Matic. Can Matic find the right pass here? Mason's on the right. Matic got a ball. He gets fouled there. It's fine, though. Delay a bit of time. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. Happy days. Happy days. Yes, Dunk who's being brought off now. Dunk off. Mac. Alistair is off. Bernardo comes on. Aaron Moy. I like Aaron Moy. It's a nice technical. Like Aaron Moy is one of those players. He's never going to ball at a big team, but he's like a good baller, if that makes sense. Like he's a good Premier League player. They're really pressing high, Brighton. Dan James, Williams, Matic. Nice football between them. Matic driving forward here. He's got Pereira on the inside on the right. He's now got the ball. He turns. Can he find the right pass? Don't delay it too long. He finds Mason Greenwood. He touches and turns. Plays it out wide here to AWB. Dan James makes the right run. He does. Opportunity. That's well crossed. It's blocked. Nearly a corner, but it's well defended in the end. Oh, AWB. Ah, lovely. Lovely there by Scotty Mack. Lovely by Scotty Mack. It's going to be a corner ball. Lovely work there by Scotty Mack. Love seeing him get his hands dirty there. Another counter attack here. Williams is here. Ah, lovely there. Yeah, lovely there, young Williams. Azim here says, to be honest, you aren't good without Bruno, one-man team. So what you're saying is we're not as good without our best players on the field. That's cool. That's cool. We've got to throw Pogba into that as well. So, cool. Matic coming forward with the ball here. Igalo in possession. He hasn't really touched the ball much so far tonight since coming on. Matic has been brilliant. If Bruno hadn't scored 2 goals, I'd have given man of the match to Matic. Oh, that's nice, Pereira. That's lovely football, Andreas Pereira. I'll praise you when you do the right thing. Lovely. Dan James here. Can he get the cross in? Nearly finds its way to... Scotty Mack! Oh, good save. Scotty Mack with a wonderful, wonderful shot. Great play, though, from Andreas Pereira and Dan James to build up to it. Scotty Mack then hits the ball. Great technique to strike the ball the way he did. Great strike. Did it deflect a little bit as well? I did. Good save in the end. Brian coming forward down his left-hand side. About 6 minutes to go. It's a good it's a decent cross. Overruns like Zane here. Says Bruno is United one-man team. Just like Spurs with Kane. You know we're back when we're getting called a one-man team. But by the way, without Pogba setting... Oh, Dan James is in. Nice. Go on, James. Oh, he shot, let him down in the end. Unlucky, James. Well done. That ball hitting him on the back of the head didn't help. Danny James. Danny James. It's all right. They had their little resurgence. That's pretty much done now. Nice football again here. Here's Dan James on the left-hand side. It's coming forward. Have a run at him so you got all the speed. Oh, here's another shot. That wasn't a bad effort, you know. Do you know, when you're 3-0 up, you can have a go. Have a go. AWB will get back here. Look at this. Look at this. Go on, AWB. Go on, son. Comment here says, I wish Man United would stretch the victories like JP Schofield said in the song, Stretch It. Man United make the victories last. I like that, bro. Welcome back to the channel as well, my man. Miss you guys. What a night. Oh, what a night. Late in May in 1999, Ollie scored a goal in injury time. What a feeling, what a night. There we go. Goal kick here. Oh, no, corner's been given. Corner to Brighton in the 87th minute. Zane with another super chat here says, Terry, shall I call in? Zane, I dare you, bro. Call in on Skype. If you call in now, bro, I'll get you on the air, my man. I actually want a picture of you to put up on the wall as well. You're like our #1 contributor to the channel. Dan James clears after McTominay's header. There'll be about 3 or 4 minutes of time added on here. So still about 7 or 8 minutes to play across the whole game. United just got to keep their heads, keep cool, get this clean sheet. It's a good kick from the goalkeeper. Not offside, though. That Basuma was offside. Williams here. Inside to Dan James. Oh, Dan James gets tackled. But we win the ball back here. Montoya gives it away. Scotty Mack. Andreas Pereira. You know, they did have they had a 10-minute little spell there where listen, everybody over on Hot Mics who's tuned in tonight, thank you all very, very much. We'll be live on the Football Terrace for the after-game show very, very soon. Make sure you come over and join us. We'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. So just ending the stream over there. Make sure you guys stay around. We're going to have the fan cams, people calling up, having their say, seeing what's going on, seeing what's what. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Nice football. United just seeing this out nicely. And that's what we really want to see from this point. Asim here says, who do you think will get the top 4? I think Man United and Chelsea, Man City and Liverpool will make it. Whether City actually get it because of their bans, another thing, but they'll finish in the top 4. Man United will barely drop a point between now and the end of the season. We'll catch Leicester, no doubt. No doubt in my mind. No doubt at all. But listen, everyone who's tuned in, I really appreciate it over here on YouTube. Stay around, though. We're going to be going back live again, doing fan cams for you very, very soon. We're going to open the lines up so more of you can come on and have your say. We'll speak to you all